Amen. A round of applause. Thank you very much. As the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, there is no place like home. We have no other choice but build it to the best of our ability. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to call on the president of the BRG Global Wealth and the Global Wealth Group, and of course, the head of this real estate summit here in the United Kingdom. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Emmanuel Abikuri for his welcome address. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you so much, the moderators. Good morning, everyone. Oh. Good afternoon. I trust we are all doing fine this afternoon. I want to first of all apologize for starting late. We apologize, please forgive us. This afternoon, I'll be taking my welcome address. BRG Global Wealth Estates Real Estate Summit, London 2026. Welcome address presented by Dr. Emmanuel Abikuri, the president of the Billionaire Realtors Group. Distinguished guests, esteemed investors, our partners, developers, realtors, and industry leaders, members of the Nigerian diaspora, here and across the globe, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the BRG Global Wealth and Real Estate Summit 2026. Today, it's not just about real estate event. Today is a statement. A statement that Africans across the world are no longer satisfied with simply earning abroad. We are now intentional, strategically, and boldly building ownership, legacy, and wealth across continents. And that is exactly why we are here today. Let me begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to every single person in this room. You choose to be here today, and that choice matters. To our diaspora community, thank you for believing that no matter where in the world you built your life, your connection to Africa, and particularly to Nigeria, remains strong, strategic, and full of extraordinary opportunity. There is a reason we choose London as the first city for the BRG Global Wealth and Real Estate Summit. London represents ambition. London represents global exposure. And London is home to one of the largest, most hardworking, most accomplished communities of Nigerians on earth. But beyond earning in London, lies a bigger, more important question. How do we convert global income into generational ownership? Because here is the truth that many people are not yet facing. Many of us earn in pounds, but still do not own strategic assets. Many have worked hard for many years abroad, yet have no structured portfolio back home. Many have the desire to invest, but are held back by fears, uncertainty, bad past experience, lack of trust, and misinformation that has cost our community dearly. And that is why BRG is here today. Over the last decade, BRG has built one of the most powerful real estate ecosystems on the African continent, driven by professionalism, structure, credibility, and above all, results. Today, BRG proudly stands as the largest real estate brokerage firm in Africa, an honor awarded at the prestigious House of the Lord, Westminster, London in 2025. With a network of over 120,000 empowered realtors, over 500 billion in verified sales transactions, more than 60 active real estate current partners, over 5,000 homes delivered and 60,000 service plus sold, 10 years of global impact and industry influence. And we are honored as the Real Estate Broker of the Year at the 6th edition of African Housing Award. But beyond the numbers, beyond the award, what truly matters to us is impact. Life transformed, family empowered, investment secure, dream converted into lasting ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering a new era. The world is shifting rapidly. Inflation is rising. Currency fluctuates, traditional savings lose value daily. And in a moment like this, strategic real estate is no longer just an investment. It becomes protection, it becomes leverage, and it becomes legacy. Smart diaspora investors are waking up to a powerful reality. The goal is no longer just to earn abroad. The goal is to own strategically across borders. Why? Because infrastructure is expanding. Cities are growing. The housing deficit remains massive. Commercial corridors are emerging, and strategic locations are appreciating faster than most people realize. However, let me be very clear. This summit is not about hype. Rather, it's about clarity, trust, and market intelligence that empowers you to make informed, secure, and profitable decisions. Today, you will hear directly from industry leaders, developers, investment experts, and professionals who understand both the opportunities and the realities of the Nigerian market. You will leave today knowing where smart money is moving, how to identify secured, documented investment, how to avoid the most common and costly diaspora investment mistakes, and how to build a real estate portfolio that creates wealth across generations. Many people today wish they bought in Lekki years ago. Many wish they entered Ajah earlier. Many wish they have understand the future before the crowd arrived. That same window, that same opportunity exists again today for those with the vision to see it. My message to every Nigerian in the diaspora here today is simple. Do not only work for money globally. Instead, build assets globally. Do not send money home. Instead, build ownership back home. Do not dream about legacy. Instead, position for legacy. On behalf of the entire BRG family, our partners, our stakeholders, and our community of over 120,000 visitors, I welcome you officially to the BRG Global Wealth and Real Estate Summit London 2026. May today bring you clarity, connections, and confidence, and the courage to make strategic decisions that will shape your future and your family future for generations to come. Thank you so much, and welcome to BRG. I remain Dr. Emmanuel Apikoye, President, Millionaire Resource Group. Thank you all for coming.
That was fascinating. Round of applause again for Dr. Emmanuel. I'm sure you have some questions in your heart that you'd like to sort of like ask him, right? So maybe there's a time for Q&A because our next speaker is already. All right. So, Doctor, should we take one or two questions before we call? Dr. Nee, okay, great. Okay. Have you got like a question to ask? Any comments, any observation before we call our next speaker? What? All right.
Did you talk about market intelligence?
No, the next speaker is.
Okay, because while he was speaking, he talked about the opportunities,
Yeah.
loads of opportunities that you have in terms of having properties in Nigeria. And I wrote some of this down, the opportunities, diasporal investments, mistakes, which is one crucial issue that we usually have. Am I okay with that? We've heard a lot of stories on social media where someone has spent so much money in Nigeria, and then at the end of the day, you go there, nothing happens. Can I say this? Take it or leave it. As common as it is, or some of us might tend to say maybe it's not irrelevant. I came from Edo State, and then I saw this beautiful girl one day that I visited. Beautiful, spotless skin. She was sitting by. This is an extreme case. By the dump side, in the Kiosa market. Who has been to a Kiosa market in the Edo State? It's close to Upper Mission. So I'm like, beautiful girl. And I said, what happened to her? What's she doing there? She's so pretty. And I was told she was in Europe. She made so much. She was working, sent money back home, and then she was coming down to check her property, and the property wasn't there. And so that she would not fight back, they did something to her, quote unquote, and then she was just started lying there. You see, people say, I sent my brother over 80 million. These are like common. I just want to bring it down to the grassroots, so we understand. It's not posh. I sent my brother like 100,000 there. He couldn't do. Take it or leave it. We just have to go downstream, grassroots, and it's a fact. Sometimes I want to do charity back home. I send even family members money, give it to these people. They don't even get it. Do you understand? So now we're talking about this diaspora investment mistakes. What are we not doing right? Are we too familiar with our family members, or they feel, oh, it's my uncle, oh, it's my auntie? They would not say anything if I divert the monies. You know, so these are the issues, and I'm sure one or two of us have a question.
You're piling up their questions.
You're piling up. I think Madam has one. Yeah. Can I just pass this to you before we call on our next caller?
Yes, just want to say that I did have a personal experience with one of the real estate organizations in Nigeria. So this has nothing to do with family.
Okay.
I identified a property. I was shown a sample property which I liked. At the time, that was in 2022, it was 88 million naira. Million naira. And I was told pay 44 million and we'll commence the project. And after a year or a year and a half, you'll be expected to pay the balance, to which I agreed. And then, of course, in 2023, my father was ill, so I had to go and see him. And just before returning back to the UK, I decided to call the organization. I'm not going to mention names. And I said, look, you told me you started my foundation. May I see it? And they said, yes, of course, madam. And one of the workers took me to the site, and there was no foundation. There was no foundation. I was livid, I was exasperated. And just before I left the phase 3 unit, as it was called at the time, I said I wanted to see the sample house again, just to reassure myself that I was making the right choice. So the same property I saw a year before, they took me there, and the ceiling was falling down. And I was told, oh, the contractor was no good, we've identified someone else. So at that point, I became discouraged, and I said, I want my money back. I want my money back. And because you failed, in accordance to the contracts drawn. And anyway, to cut the long story short, after having initiated proceedings against the so-called organization, they eventually paid my 44 million in January, out of which I had to pay the barrister 4 million. So it's very, very sad and disheartening, and I think many people would have reservations. But I think I feel confident about the fact that Monica is here. Monica bought about 3 or 4 properties for my cousins in America. So I sort of have confidence in that, and that's why I'm here
Thank you very
today.
much.
Thank you.
That's good. I like the fact that you ended with the story of Monica. Is she your friend?
She's my friend. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So why did you go Monica?
Because
Monica.
I think it was Chimamanda Adichie that said that there is danger in a single story.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot about what you just said, but we thank God for companies like BRG. You get that? So that you can outsource your trust to them to get it done. I have not had that experience. I live here. Maybe I was lucky. But from what we are learning from you now, you need to overdose on your follow-up if you are here and somebody did a project for you now. I don't know if I'm making sense. But these people have a track record that you can rely on. All right? So let's introduce our next speaker.
Thank you very much. And of course, if I might say, or if I may say 1 or 2 things, someone here who has been my friend for over 8 years also told me that he bought properties from them, and that's why he dragged me into this project that I can trust. Believe me, I'm an Aquarian. I don't believe in those zodiac sign things, but someone told me Aquarians, we ask too much questions, we are doubtful and everything like that. And I said, that's my nature. You have to prove to me what you're using the money for. You have to tell me you're credible, you've got to show me evidence and whatever. And then I saw with this one. I went to social media pages, I went to WhatsApp images, status, and I saw how involved and engaged this company has been. Allow me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to call on, yet again, the BRG president, Dr. Emmanuel Abikoye, and he's going to be talking to us about market intelligence briefing, Nigerian real estate 2026, of course, current market trends, inflation, currency advantage for diaspora investors, where smart money is going in the age we are now, and of course the common investment mistakes Nigerians abroad make. With a round of applause, please, let us welcome the president of the Billionaires Realtors Group. Thank you.
Good morning. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me once again. Yeah, I welcome you once again to the BRG Global Wealth and Real Estate Summit here in London. And the theme of our event is Wealth Beyond Wealth Without Borders. And very briefly, I'll be speaking on building secure real estate. Building a secure real estate portfolio across continents. The opportunities, the risks, and the reality. The biggest risk is not investing strongly, it is waiting for too long while inflation and urban expansion move ahead of you. Do we agree with this? Do we agree? Yes or yes?
Yes. Yes.
Because there's no. Okay, the context. Why more diaspora Nigerians are returning to real estate? You know, BRG is a brokerage firm. And we are the largest real estate brokerage firm in Africa with over 120,000 marketers. So a lot of us in this room, probably we have been dealing with some of our realtors. And for those that have not been dealing with us, I believe today we establish a connection because we are here to help you build a lasting real estate investment portfolio back home. So when we go through a lot of our database every year, we discover that Nigerians in diaspora make 60–70% of the people that are investing, while the remaining 30% are Nigerians that reside in Nigeria. So this gives us an information that Nigerians are actually investing back home. And the reason why a lot of Nigerians are investing back home is, these are the reasons. What is happening globally? There's rising cost of living in the UK and Europe. Inflation is eroding the values of savings. Because when you save, there's no way you can hedge inflation. You can only hedge inflation when you invest it in property, because real estate has proven to show that it's one of wealth building vehicle that you can use to hedge inflation. Traditional investment is growing more volatile, and African abroad are seeking asset-backed tangible wealth. And why Nigeria still matters? Because Nigeria is one of Africa's fastest urbanizing nation. There is a massive growing housing deficit. Infrastructure in Nigeria is expanding and new corridors are being opened. People who earn abroad but own nothing at home eventually discover that they built income but not legacy. And the market reality for 2026, what is really happening in Nigeria right now? There's an increase in the land prices. strategic corridors continue to appreciate aggressively, very, very aggressively. There's also a shift in the mentality of investors and developers, because developers are moving towards integrated community-driven development. Buy before build, smart investors are moving ahead of infrastructure completion. Gated community, there's high demand for secure planned estates, which is increasing rapidly. Luxury market active, high-end demand persists despite broader economic pressure. Land banking, strategic land acquisition is replacing speculative play. Today, buyers aren't asking what are they selling. They are asking, is this investment safe? Is it documented? And is it future-proof? Let's proceed. Our focus for today, Lagos, is still the undisputed wealth capital. Of course, a lot of people will say, what about other places in Nigeria? For instance, Abuja or Port Harcourt. Yes, those cities or states, they are also experiencing growth, capital appreciation on real estate. But Lagos happens to be the fastest. And the reason why a lot of our concentration today will be on Lagos properties. And these are the reasons why Lagos dominates. Lagos is hub for all commercial activities. Lagos has the highest migration inflow in Nigeria. Lagos has the highest infrastructure concentration. Lagos has the fastest property appreciation. And Lagos has a relentless rental demand. In 2020, when we started our first development project, by the way, BRG is a subsidiary of a bigger brand. So we have a development company under our holding company, Vista Holding. So our development company is Chavita Real Estate. When we wanted to start development with Chavita, we bought in 2020. We bought 9 plots of land at the rate of 20 million. One year into the project, we wanted to acquire more, to also expand the development, because we were getting a lot of interest from investors that wanted to invest. And we approached the landlord that we need more plots. Can you sell for us at, 6 months into the project actually, can you sell for us at the rate we bought, 20 million per plot? The guy said the land is now 26 million. We decided to say no, we are not buying. We bought the good 6 months ago, 20 million, now you are selling to us at 26 million. And we regretted that decision. Because now, a plot of land in that corridor behind the Lagos Business School is selling for 200 million and above. This is just 6 years from now. So the kind of appreciation that real estate investment in Lagos is enjoying, you can't compare it to any other state. You can't compare it. And over the years, even when the Shogotedu axis was developing, I moved to Shogotedu. I was staying on the mainland, moving to Shogotedu. When I moved in 2017, when we moved to Lekki Phase 1, we all know Lekki Phase 1 is already established, premium corridor. We have the Ajah axis, high velocity appreciation zone. We have the Ibejuleki, where the refinery and the deep sea port is driving the rate of appreciation in that corridor. We have the Ekpe axis, where it's an emerging zone for long-term play, thinking about long-term investment and land banking. We have the Shogotelu Eleko, which is the next wave growth area. Then we have the Lagos mainland axis, which is redevelopment and affordability. Infrastructure creates migration. Migration creates demand, and demand creates wealth. And as you can see from what we have here, Lagos prime property market, Q1 in 2026, the reality check. The market is not slow. It is selective. Capital is active, but moving only toward assets with strong fundamentals. Ikoyi, we all know Ikoyi is Lagos' most prestigious residential district, low density, high security, premium development. Demand remains steady among the HNI's buyers. Victoria Island, the city's commercial and financial nerve center, attract professionals, expatriates, and corporate tenants, a perennial performance. Then we have the Lekki corridor, the growth corridor of Lagos, expanding infrastructure, rising residential demand, and strong appreciation trajectory make it a compelling play. District form the backbone of Lagos prime market. When we say Lekki, a lot of us presume or assume in our mind that Lekki Phase 1, when you say Lekki. But Lekki starts from Phase 1 up to, because the name Lekki itself, it's from a town in the Ibejuleki axis. Yeah. So the name Lekki itself, there's a Lekki town in Ibejuleki. So that's where the name was picked from. So corridors like Eleko down to Ibejuleki, they are still experiencing a very strong capital appreciation rate because of the major infrastructures that we have around those corridors. The four factors that is driving smart capital in Lagos right now. Pricing that reflects market reality. Smart investors respond to asset price according to current conditions and not speculative expectation. Realistic pricing attracts serious buyers faster and maintains stronger liquidity. Secondly, undeniable location strength. Locations remain the single most important driver of long-term performance. Properties within the established corridors in Ikoyi, BI, and Lekki continue to outperform the wider market. Clear legal and planning documentation. Documentation is now central to the decision process. Serious investors prioritize clean title, verified ownership structure, and proper planning approval. Proper planning approval are non-negotiable in these days. Lifestyle value plus investment potential. The best performing assets combine lifestyle appeal with strong capital preservation. Buyers seek properties that deliver quality living and long-term financial return simultaneously. Successful transactions in Q1 2026 share one trait. They are based on strategy and not speculations. You know, you may be asking in your mind that all of these things that we're talking about Lagos are they based on speculations? No. The facts are there, the numbers are there, the figures are there, and the appreciation that we're talking about is not about speculations. It's not about speculation. What's the best investment in Lagos? What the best investment in Lagos are doing differently? I think we've talked about all of these things. Their behaviors in 2026. Studying micro-location, not just Lekki, but which streets in Lekki and why it matters. Comparing real pricing, benchmarking against actual market movement and not agent projections. Evaluating title and exit. Assessing documentation quality, liquidity, and resale potential upfront. And also thinking long term. Positioning for the next 5 to 10 years and not just in the next 12 months. Real estate, investing in real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, when you are thinking about investing, you think about the long time and not short time. And there's a mindset shift from investors. It's no longer about hype. It's about strategy. It's no longer about cheap land. It's about buying the right land. It's no longer about speed. It's about structure. It's no longer about speculations, but about positioning. And also, it's no longer about generating income only. It's about income plus legacy. Those who understand the nuances of Lagos real estate are quietly securing the assets that define the next phase of growth. Why smart money is still moving to the Lekki corridor? Of course, we all know the Dangote refinery. It's the largest refinery in Africa, generating industrial migration. And operation has already started. You know, then when we were selling in Lekki, we used to go through that route and we take clients on inspections. We tell them, we point. Dangote refinery is coming. The deep sea port is coming. The Lekki airport is coming. Okay, the airport has construction has not started, but we are also using that as part of the infrastructure that will drive our transition. The distributor is now functional. The Dangote refinery is functional. The free trade zone is functional. Then we used to point, but now they are our current reality. And these infrastructures are massive that they are driving the appreciations of property within this corridor. Also, we have the coastal road, massive infrastructure. The government, I think they have a lot of interest in Lagos currently. And there are massive infrastructures that are currently ongoing, just like the popular coastal road that we all know. There's the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway as well. The road construction has also started. And all of this it's not about Dangote refinery is coming, it has come. It's not about the deputy support is coming, it has come. It's not about the coastal road will be done. Up to, when you're talking about Lagos, where the road starts and get to Ibejule. So all of these infrastructures is opening up that corridor, and Lagos is set for a very big expansion. So if we position now, that is when we will reap the reward of our investment. If we position now, that's when we get the reward. Every major wealth transfer in real estate begins with people buying where others still doubt. That's it. Let's move on. Next wave of opportunities. The emerging of smart investors are watching now. Talk about all of these places. Eleko and Ebe, lower entry point, high future appreciation as infrastructure expand. Immortal axis, industrial zone growth, creating peripheral residential demand. The mainland redevelopment, urban renewal and affordability driving migration inward. There's a lot of urban renewal projects currently going on within the mainland axis. The Ogun border corridor, proximity to Lagos, industrial belt at far lower prices. These are corridors you can also think of because infrastructure are driving all of those things. Abeokuta growth belt, steady appreciation, strong for long-term horizon investment. If you can't afford Lagos, there are places closer to Lagos that are benefiting from the current appreciation that Lagos is witnessing. Then there is agri-link communities, a growing combining real estate and food economy. This is another area you can think of investing in, because it's still part of real estate. We call it agro real estate. Investing in agri, investing in land. The land is used for agricultural purpose, and at best, you can be getting your returns based on the output of whatever is being harvested from the land. Why you need to move before the crowd? The lower entry price, faster future appreciation, infrastructure nearby and incoming. Population migration is accelerating. Institutional interest is rising. There's a massive, this one is even alarming. There's a massive influx of people into Lagos now. And because of that, that is one of the reasons why we are experiencing high rental rates currently in Lagos. Because the migration is massive. The advent of the social media is creating a lot of millionaires now. You know, they leverage on young boys, leveraging on the internet, TikTok, creating content, doing skits. They are making money, and the next thing they are thinking about is to go to Lagos. So why don't you invest in Lagos? You can build a rental property and use it for it. You can build for short-term purposes. So you need to start thinking of having something back home that can be generating money for you. The highest profit in real estate are usually made before education becomes very popular. Your unfair advantage. Nigerians abroad have a very unique edge, very unique, that we are envy of you. And the edge is that your currency, £1, you guys have the advantage ahead of us. I wish we can reverse it. I wish so. You have a head. You have a head. And it's not fair to us. It's not fair to us. Your currency strength is your investing superpower. You need to leverage on it. Leverage on it now before Nigeria becomes better. Oh, yeah. Because by the time £1 is equal to £1. Oh, Paris. Leverage on it. Currency leverage. Pounds and dollars now command extraordinary buying power in naira terms, giving diaspora investor access to premium assets at relative discount. Flexible payment plans. Many developers are easier to commit acting now is your real advantage. The earlier you convert currency advantage into asset, the stronger your long-term positions becomes. Why real estate remains a defensive asset in inflationary time? What inflation is doing? Construction costs are rising, slowing no supply. Land prices are increasing regardless of the economy. Rent prices climbing, and landlords are the ones that are making all of the money. Naira purchasing power fluctuating unpredictably. What smart investors need to do? Lock in assets early before price is set. Buy it now, improving high growth corridors. Prioritize documentation and title security. Invest in income producing properties. And diversify between land banking and rentals. Cash lose value over time, but strategic assets compound value over time. where sophisticated investors are putting their money. Land banking near infrastructures, short-term apartment, mixed-use development, agri-backed real estate. This thing is the hot cake now. A lot of people are investing, but you have to do it right with the right organization. Student housing, secure estate development. The wealthy really wait for headlines before they move. The mistake that caused the diaspora investor the most: family pressure and nostalgia are not investment strategy. A lot of people buy, a lot of Nigerians in diaspora, they buy based on emotion and they lose money. Skipping the check, ignoring land documentation is the fastest path to loss. No physical inspection. Always inspect in person or go to a trusted, accountable representative. Waiting for the perfect timing. Perfect timing doesn't exist. Informed action does. Trusting unverified agents. No matter how warm the referral, always verify independently. Chasing cheap prices. Cheap without due diligence is expensive. It's just expensive regret in disguise. No long-term strategy. One plot without a plan is not a portfolio. You can see some of the mistakes that you guys are making. The new real estate economy. Trust is now the most valued currency in real estate. This era is already ending, and this is the new era. What investors demand: credibility and demonstrated track record, full lender transparency on every asset, realistic, verifiable projections, professional delivery with accountability, structured investment framework. Trust is now the most valuable currency in real estate. How to build a structured real estate portfolio across continents. You need to have a goal. Define your objective. What are you building? Are you building income? Are you building legacy or capital growth? You need to be specific before you even drop that money. Before you open your wallet, you need to have a goal. Your goal of investment will help you to determine where to put in your money. You need to start diversifying your portfolio. Spread your risk across land banking, rental income, commercial, agri-backed assets. Don't concentrate your risks. You need to verify everything. Only work with credible, proven structure. Track record over promises. Documentation over juju. Start thinking long term. Real estate reward patience. Buy for the next decade, not for the next 12 months. Then build a legacy. The goal is not random properties. The goal is strategic assets that outlives you. The goal is not to own random properties. The goal is to build strategic assets that outlive you. The window of opportunity is open, but not forever. People delay, you wait. Infrastructure arrives, price surge, demand explode, then you are out. So if you keep delaying, you keep procrastinating, the world is changing without you. Lagos is expanding. Whether we like it or not, Nigeria will be great again. Yeah, because the infrastructures are there. If you choose to invest now, if you choose not to invest, the Calabar Coastal Road is already done. The Lekki Express has been rehabilitated. That has been given a facelift. So there are a lot of infrastructure that is going on within this corridor. So don't wait till you are priced out. This pattern has also repeated in every major corridor. From Lekki, we've seen it some 20, 25, 30 years ago. Lekki was a river. The same Lekki that we are all shouting now. It was a river some 20 years ago. But some people saw the future and they invest into it. So ask yourself, How will you feel now if you, at that time, when you were selling Lekki, you invested? How much would you have made now? So the pattern is repeating itself. From Lekki to Chevron. Chevron also was a lot of all of those artists were river, were fishing, you know. But people bought into them, and now they're enjoying their investment. The train also moved from Chevron to Ajah. Ajah is now overcrowded. Like, Ajah is growing. The same Ajah is growing. Ajah now to Abraham. Abraham was where I told you we bought property for 20 million per plot. Now, property is selling for 200 million and above in that same location. I wish we bought as many as we could then. Even me, self, a shop king. Shogo Tedo, also, so the pattern, it's the same pattern. If you do not buy Shogo Tedo now, you miss out of Shogo Tedo is even now even on the high side, except if you have the money. Like I said, 200 million, yeah, I still bought a property last year. 200 million, thereabout.
For a plot?
Yes, for a plot. So, from Shogo Tedo, if you do not buy it because the price is high, you can't buy a whole yaya because the price is increasing. Ibejuleki is still there. In another 5 years, when we moved to Shogo Tedo was not the way it was now, and the way it is now. Shogo Tedo, I used to tell my people, you know, from ShopRite, you can access the coastal road from the ShopRite. You can also access from Eko Akiti. These two places, 2017, 2018, they were bush. Some places are waterlogged area. Me, my partners, Tony Benga, there's one of our other partners, Gracious. We've jumped on swan boogie, we jumped on canoes to while we are trying to assess one of our projects on that part. So driving through that place now, I always tell the people that are always with me that I want to jaya ile. Let me say it in Yoruba. I want to jaya ile. Òun kọ́ ló máa ń jèrè ilẹ̀ o. What this means is that the people that suffer on the land, they are not the one that is enjoying the reward of the land. Because I suffer for that place. I no buy. As I then, because I was still coming up as well. I didn't buy. So driving through that place, I was just, I wish I just get like 5 plots or 1 acre per year. So don't let it, the same thing be for you. Ibejuleki is expanding. Now that you can afford to buy it, buy. All once dumped. What's happening? Sorry for that. Okay. All of these areas, they were once dumped, but now all are converted. Real estate reward vision before validation. The question is, will you position early or you will arrive late? Why BRG exists and why it matters to you. Our mission is to help Africans globally build secure, profitable, and sustainable real estate portfolio through structure, intelligence, and trust. This is why we are here today. The Billionaire Ethos Group. We are here to help Africans globally build secure, profitable, sustainable real estate portfolio through structure, intelligence, and trust. This is our 10th year in BRG. And from our record, we've sold over 60,000 plots, close to over 500 billion in volume. It's our 10th year. One of the reasons why BRG was formed is to help investors secure investment through the right sources. And why? That is the reason why we're here today. We make sure that we advise you based on strong market intelligence, data-driven insight on where, when, and why you need to invest. We have credible partners, vetted developers, and verified opportunities. Strategic opportunities that are created, assets aligned with your wealth objective. Investors education, we share knowledge a lot that protects and empowers every client. Professional brokerage, structured, ethical, and accountable at every step. Wealth ecosystem, a global network for African building across the borders. We are the largest real estate broking firm in Africa, with over 120,000 realtors, and the numbers keep increasing. You should not have to fear investing back home. With the right structure, Nigeria will become your greatest wealth advantage. You do not have to be afraid of investing back home. Yes, on one or two occasions, you may have gotten your hand burnt, but we keep learning. The opportunities are there. The opportunities are there. It's just for us to get it right. And once you get it right, then forget it. Once you get it right, forget it. And that is why we are here today. We have been in existence for over 10 years. We partner with all of real estate developers. There are some that we had to let go because we didn't know anymore. And that's what BRG stands for. We cut the relationship. A lot of top brands that, if I start mentioning it, that we are the one behind the success story. So we've been around for a very long time. And we have some of our partners here, Chapter, Lambert, Veritas, Gracias, Zion Landmark, top real estate developers in Lagos, that is Lagos and Ogun State. So we have all of the options. It's good when you come through us, when you come through the brokerage, not just dealing with the developers themselves, because you don't know them. We know them. We know how to handle them for you. So, and that's why we're here today. If you go through some of your park, we have a mini book here for some of our properties. Those are just some out of so many properties that we have. So you can talk to us after the sessions, then we can guide you on choosing the right investment. Nigeria is not waiting. Neither should you. Infrastructure is expanding. Cities are growing. Land is appreciating. Opportunities are moving. The question is not whether to invest in Nigeria. The question is whether you will post before tomorrow's realities becomes today's regret. The future belongs to investors who can see beyond today's headline. This one, I'll privatalize it. Go, no, let them see it. The future belongs to investors who can see beyond today's headline. Emmanuel Abikoyi. Please go to the next one. Okay, thank you for listening to me. I have a video I want you to watch. Yeah, I'll play it now on my YouTube. So I want you to watch it. It's just like 3 or 4 minutes. Thank you so much.
It deserves another round of applause. Let's watch the video before I introduce our next speaker. Can you press play, man, on your phone? Play the video. Have we played the video?
Yeah. You can continue. Let me just stop the video.
Alright. Did you learn anything today? When Emmanuel said that a plot of land behind Lagos Business School is now over 200 million naira. That is a lot. Dr. Lee, I bought a property behind that school for 13 million. I have a tenant in that property. So that means if I want to sell that property, which I will not do. So when he said that property is
abroad or Africa, where will you rather invest, abroad or Africa? Hey people, welcome to your Shores Real Estate Plug YouTube channel, the Chief Coach of Lagos, and today we are diving straight into a very big discussion. Where would you rather invest, abroad or Africa? I recently attended a real estate conference in the UK, and this exact topic sparked serious debate. I mean, the room was hot, everyone had their opinion, some logical, some emotional. But before I could even tell you who won the argument, or where I personally stood, let's hear from someone who has been consistently preaching this message. Dr. Kumi Adeshina, the president of the African Development Bank. Watch this video.
You said it all. Africa is the place to be. I mean, for all the reasons that you said, I'm not worried about Africa for any reason. First, if you look at the demography of Africa, you've got 75% of the population less than the age of 35. So that tells you that Africa is going to be the workforce of the world, the labor workshop of the world. To feed the world, 9.5 billion people, 10 billion people by 2050. That's not going to come from anywhere in Asia. It's not going to come from Latin America or US or Canada or anywhere in the world, or China, by the way. It's going to come with Africa. So I am not worried at all about Africa. In fact, I am excited about Africa. And in fact, for the investor that I hear, what I want to say is, if you're not investing in Africa, actually, I'm going to ask you walk across the and Africa is not going to pay way into development. Africa is going to train and invest its way into development. I have no doubt that Africa will be the lighthouse for the world under any circumstance.
Now, let's talk the real talk. Real estate is evolving fast in Africa, and Nigeria is one of the countries leading that growth. But I know a lot of Nigeria in diaspora are stuck in this dilemma. Should I invest where I'm currently living, or I send my hard-earned money back home? Now listen, as a global real estate consultant with experience across different continents, I would in the UK, and it is to invest in Nigeria over and over again. Let me break it down for you into 3 solid reasons why investing in Nigeria is definitely a must. Firstly, free market advantage with high return on investment. Let's start here. Nigeria market is still young, and guess what? That's exactly what makes it attractive. Some people will say, oh, but Nigeria doesn't have a well-structured investment data. Well, that's true, but here is the truth, and that is not a disadvantage. That's exactly what makes the opportunity fresh. You can't compare a country like Nigeria that is just over 60 years old to a place like the US that has been tracking real estate growth for over 200 years, or the United Kingdom, who is our colonial master. We are still in the early phase and early means leverage. Foreign investors already know this, and they have strategically positioned themselves within all the developing zones of the country. Why? Because they see where this is going. A global report even projected that Nigeria will become the 5th largest economy by 2075. Let that sink in. Foreigners are not waiting. So why should we, as Nigeria, keep sitting on the fence? Secondly, who If you earn in pounds, dollar or euros, listen carefully, you already have a hedge, but this is where a lot of people get confused. They say, but when I convert back to pounds or dollar, it's worthless. That's somehow true, but here is the bigger truth. It's always best to invest and spend in naira. That's when you truly enjoy the return on your investment. Let me break it down. You have £1,000, great, but can that get you a 2-bedroom apartment in the UK? No way. Now, if you convert that £40,000 to naira, you are currently sitting on enough money to secure a solid property in Nigeria. So instead of worrying about how much it will worth back in pounds, think, what can it do for you in naira, for your future, for your family, for your retirement? Because one way or the other, in 30 to 40 years, you will still come back home. And besides, you have families. Parents back home in Nigeria, you send monthly upkeep to. The proceeds from your investment in Nigeria can always take care of that. Henceforth, in terms of how to convert your £100 to naira. Thirdly, there's no place like home. Now, this one is differently. No matter how long you live abroad, Nigeria will always be your home. That's it. And here is something many people don't know. Recently, a news broke out that the UK government is now taking over properties of Nigerians in diaspora who passed away without clear documentation or no family tie. Imagine that. All the sweat in the cook, all these years gone down the drain, just like that. That's why it's wiser to plant your root back home, where your legacy is safe, your family has assets, and your investment is protected. And here is a bonus point. You are not just investing, you are building a nation. One thing I always say is, real estate is not just about money, it's about impact. When you invest in Nigeria, you are helping in developing communities, creating jobs, and shape the economy. Short-term properties, residential properties, commercial hub, all of these are more than structure. They are part of the new Nigeria we are building, and you can be part of that story. So, back to the UK conference. After all the talks and all the debates, guess what? Africa won, and proudly, I stood with Nigeria. If you are watching this from the diaspora, this is your key. Don't wait till you are priced out. Don't let foreigners keep leading the race in your own country. If you found this video very helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Share this with your network, and let's keep building a kind of future we will all be proud of. Because at the end of the day, no matter...
Everybody clap for them, man. Whoa! Why are you clapping like, yeah, I don't really want to clap. Ah! Look at him and say, ah! Wow, 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 wow. He said a lot of points. A lot.
Why do salespeople hate more than me?
The land appreciation behind Lagos Business School. The airport that is being built. Me and Dr. Nee were somewhere yesterday. Actually, that project has started. Because there was a law that the people that built the private airports in Nigeria, I think the one in Ikeja, right? Yeah. MM2, right? They signed a contract with the Obasanjo government that there was a clause that they were the only ones that would build any private airport around Lagos. So they had to battle that issue. It has been resolved now. So that airport project is on. Yes, you want to jump on that like immediately. Right now, as we speak, there are AI tools using drones that you can use to inspect your property from your house in London. Do you know that? Talk to me after the class. Yes, yes, as we speak right now, there are AI tools like drones, right? That in your house in London or anywhere you live in this UK, you can be doing virtual inspection on your own. Do you know that? Okay, talk to me after. So after you buy from BRG, right? You can see your property from your phone. Yes, yes. All right. So those are some critical points that Emmanuel spoke about. He says, spread your bets, do small things, right? Finally, we want to invite our mentor, our chairman, but before it comes up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make, am I allowed?
Sure.
To say one or two things about the video Dr. Emmanuel showed us or shared with us from YouTube. Number one, it is obvious that he's done his research, give or take. Those houses that were taken away from Nigerians, they were like over 70 houses, isn't it? And in highbrow areas, those are loads of properties. Even in Greenwich there, a 2-bedroom apartment is 1.6 million pounds. And most of those properties are in North London. Do you know what properties are in North London? Hey, believe it, I don't even like North London. But the fact is that those properties were huge. They were expensive. And Dr. were you using a teleprompter? Because I have to say that because he did it so beautifully and so passionate, and it's like this is what I do. I live and I breathe properties, and I mean I can feel it in the passion that you displayed. I'm like, okay, I would consider buying into BRG. That's awesome. And I just want to say this quickly. We'll be going on a break, but before then, ladies and gentlemen, we would have our next speaker, one. Secondly, please, if you feel you're not really being involved, there are still some empty seats in front. If you want to come, please. We've got like 2 seats here, and the next row is empty. And ladies and gentlemen,
we hadn't succeeded in delivering.
And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to use the restroom, it is on the 3rd floor. The lifts are very good. They're fast. In 2 seconds. And there's a restroom. Yes, there is. Definitely. On this floor, there's a restroom. It's human nature. So just in case you want to use the restroom. Why are you laughing? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please. I know there are quite a number of us are behind, and you've made your space comfortable, but we have seats in front. For the sake of pictures and camera, please, we want you to come and sit in front. So, Ross.
I want to introduce the next speaker because it's very special to me. And I'm happy that I have the honor to introduce him. I heard him speak years ago. I heard him speak years ago. But I wasn't at the meeting. Somebody that knows him now placed a call. I don't know if you still remember. Put the phone on speaker, said, okay, I respect you. I really, really honor you. I never believed that I could have his number and have the quality relationship that we have today. You know that Nelson Mandela said that, don't you know that when you live your dreams, you give other people the permission to live their own dreams?
Thank you, sir.
Did you get that? Because I saw him, I believe I could do it. Am I not the somebody? Yeah. So today we are speaker because of people like Dr. Lee at this time. Please give him a warm and a resounding round of applause as I take from myself.
The wonderful years together for Paul has been mesmerizing us from ages past. My name is Neil Adesanya, and I have the privilege of being the chairman, board of directors for the BRG network. So my job is to ensure that they keep to their promises. And corporate governance is very important when it comes to my role as the chairman of the board. Now, when Emmanuel was speaking, he said a lot about trust. And that is why I'm here, just to reinforce that and let you know that we put a lot of things in place to keep these guys in check. To make sure that whatever they're going to promise you today, they do it. Now you're wondering, who is this guy, Nia and this guy? Let me just give you a simple stuff that happened to me, in the last 1 or 2 months. I am actually in London to have a program that will kick off on Tuesday and then end on Wednesday at the House of Lords. And what will happen at the House of Lords really took a lot when it comes to our integrity. And
mean, we applied for people 65 visas, and out of the 65, almost 56 or 57 of them are first-timers, visitors to the UK. I know what it means. Now, we got all the visas except 2, and the reason that we can't reverse the 2 is because they got the reply quite late, and we couldn't do too much about it. Now, let me give you the scenario very well. When you apply for visa, some of you who did apply for visa, visiting visa, were you interviewed? Sorry, were you interviewed? Did they call you and interviewed you? Visiting visa. Anybody got a call? No, I'm not looking at the people who came with me. I'm just talking about the people who came. You got a call, you got interviewed. Hello? Are you here with me? Okay, you just filled your form, you sent it with your document, am I right? And then they either give you a yes or a no. But you know what? Because of what we put in place when it comes to integrity and everything, the Home Office were compelled to start interviewing some of our participants. There must be a reason for that. Now, coming to the UK, based on that, I know that my name is echoing or reverberating right down the Home Office, and I know what that means. I cannot jeopardize that reputation that I've built. Now, as a civilian, not a government official, applying for over 65 or 66 visas and getting over 98% of them approved, that's huge. Very big. Now, how am I saying all that? I'm standing before you right now to let you know that we have put so much into our integrity, into our reputation. And holding this mic and endorsing this set of guys shows that for me to do that, that means they are trustworthy, and then you can do business with them. Because what that means for me is that if they mess up and you report me that I stood in for them, what that definitely means is that I may not be able to do too much. With coming back here probably next year, with probably 500, sorry, it can't be 500 people, and probably 200 people or so. So it's good to do business with them. They come highly recommended, and I'm the chairman. I'm putting myself on the line here so that anything that goes wrong, hold me responsible. That's one. 2. Also, we are also monitoring all the developers that are our partners. We have regular trainings, we have regular meetings, just to make sure that whatever products that you've given us to sell for you is in top quality, and that we're doing back to back. And also we have the privilege of contesting for there's an association of developers in Nigeria called the REDA, Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria. Luckily for us, we have the position of the chairman, Lagos State, REDA. We also have the position of the chairman, Ogun State, Oyo State, Ekiti State, and which other Western state have I left behind? Ondo State. No, we don't have too much control over Ondo. And we have control over that. All the chairmen are members of our community. And not just that, also, we also have the president of this association when it comes to Nigeria. That is Royal Highness, also part of our community. In other words, what am I trying to say? We have so much put ourselves into positions that we can call anybody to order. And the Reader Association is not just doing that, they are also influencing the government so that we can have conversations whenever anything goes wrong, because sometimes they can just come up with policies that are not favorable to you, not just to the developers, but to you. And then Reader gives us the opportunity to be able to sit down on the round table with them and have the conversation. And that's why we went contested for all the positions, and we got it. And interestingly, in Lagos, I think we won all the positions. Yes. And if there's any position like gatesman or anything, we won everything. We won everything just to make sure that your your investment is secure. Now again, we're talking about the airport, and Paul Fu said a lot about the airport already. The Lagos airport is already started. I mean, the runway is already being worked on, according to what we heard yesterday. Runway is already being worked on, and then every other thing that you need. What stalled it, according to what Paul Fu told us, Babalaki Courtney, MMC, he signed a contract that he is the only one authorized to build, run any private airport in Nigeria, in Lagos. But now that has been solved, and then it's out of the way, it's been settled, so the work is going on. Is longer. Very good right now. Why am I saying all that? Because look, by the time you start seeing infrastructure taking place and being built in a particular place, you know that the property around there is about to skyrocket. And the best time to plug in is not when the infrastructure has started being built or being constructed. The best time to plug in is when there is an announcement about it. And luckily for you right now, we're here announcing to you the kind of infrastructure that is going on in Nigeria in that axis. And you need to make sure you plug it. And then one other thing, I think we're going to have a conversation with it when we get back to Nigeria, is that yesterday we met him, it was at a program, and then the mortgage system in Nigeria. Interesting, we have the mortgage system in Nigeria. So we're going to talk to the man, the MD of the mortgage firm, and see how you can, put some money down, and the mortgage industry bank takes over, and then they help you to pay it instrumentally and everything. And the conversation is going to happen. I will come back to you concerning that. But on a lighter mood, this is a lighter mood. Oh, sorry, this is actually on a serious mood. What is it about this reform UK guys? Hello? I mean, is it reform?
Yeah.
I just had a guy on TV recently, just when I came to England. You know what he was saying? He said, there's this particular paper you guys have. It's a indefinite leave to remain. Am I right? Come on. Hello? Yeah, right. What's it called? Yeah. He said 800,000 people are qualified for it in the next few years. You know what he said? He said, you're not going to get it. Yeah, he said it. He said, you're not going to get it. And you may think he's bluffing. It's a pity my slide is not up here. I want to show you the data that this guy is going stronger and stronger. Every election is going stronger and stronger. And right now, people are even thinking about it, that look, this guy may eventually become the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. If that is not making you think about Nigeria, you better start thinking right now. Better start thinking right now. You're not going to get it. 800,000 people are not going to get it. They're going to tighten all the immigration. Please, if you don't mind, Ashoba, if you can let the people at the back there, either they take their seats or they step outside and have the conversation they're having outside there. They can step outside and have their conversation. It will be nice. And then you take your seat, or if you're going to talk, just step outside for us, please. Thank you. Please. Good. So, I mean, that should give you some reason to think. Am I right? Hello, come on, talk to me. Am I right? That should give you a reason to think. And there's no place like home. I mean, yesterday was a conference yesterday. We paid for LEDs. We did all those. And they didn't allow us to use our LED because it said there was policy this, policy that, policy this, and they were threatening us. We didn't use our LED until 3 p.m. and the program started around 11 a.m. I mean, they just set up for so that we know that we paid for it. And you know what? After all the English that we have spoken, the threats that we went back and forth, somebody just came and said, why are you not allowing them to use it? Let them use it. I was not asking. I thought they said it was a policy, that's why we didn't use it. Then the guys who were on ground started telling us that, I mean, these are British guys who got their passport. They got their passport. They're not waiting for LIRS or stuff. They're not waiting for it. They got their passport. Some of them were able to been here for 30 years. They were telling us, if it was a white man, they would have tried it. In other words, what does it mean? It doesn't matter the kind of people that you have right now, whether you have a passport or not. It's still going to discriminate against you. So you better build your house, come over to Nigeria, who will discriminate against you. Bring the money up. Bring the money up. And not just that, I had one of my senior friends, a mentor. Probably most of you know him. His name is Agui Ruku, the pastor of Jesus House. I mean, one of the most influential black men in the UK. I just realized that this man was coming to Nigeria very frequently. Unlike before, he just clocked 60. And I think he's getting 61 or 62 right now. So I have noticed that, not just him, there's another friend of his, what's called Yemi Adedeji, Venerable. I was now asking them the question, why are you guys coming to Nigeria too often? They said, we're 60 right now. The weather in the UK, the immune system cannot cope with it again. So they would rather run down to Nigeria when it is cold, and when there is summer, they come back to the UK. So the question you want to be asking yourself right now, if you're above 50, 55, 60, 65, can you actually cope with the weather when it is winter right now? Are you losing that immunity? Are you still that strong to withstand all those colds? I mean, I envy you guys. I mean, when the first time I came to this country like 15, 16 years ago, when I saw the way you guys were working, the way you guys were hustling, Jesus. I went back to Nigeria and I told them, if they send you £1, write an epistle of Thanksgiving.
I like that.
Because I know what these guys are going through. I mean, in the cold. Sometimes in Nigeria we have a best, like twice in a day and everything. But as I come into this country during the cold, oh boy, sometimes I know they're bad. It's too cold. And then from there, you will never see me in England or anywhere, Western world, around October, November, December, for what now? I say white Christmas. I say, don't worry, leave me with my dry Christmas. I will prefer that. Now, what am I saying now? Is it not wise for us to take care of our old age before it happens?
Yes, sir.
It's not wise.
Yes, sir.
It's not wise for you to have 1 or 2 properties that you can fall back on when you get to that point. Somebody may say, okay, Lee, wait for me to get to that 60 or 50. You don't You don't wait. How do they put it down? You buy real estate and wait.
Yes.
You don't wait to buy. You buy to wait. And then just imagine you clock 60 or you clock 55 or something like that. Now bought a property and you don't even know us in Nigeria. We don't know you. You have not built your relationship. You have not built your community in Nigeria. Because you just felt that you just come in and everything will be okay. You may be finding yourself in a very serious hot soup. Are we together here? Hello, come and talk to me. Are we together?
Yeah.
So let us take care of our old age. Now let me talk to men. Men, do I have the men here?
Yes.
No, I can't feel you. Men, are you here? Come and shout if you're here. We're here. Men, don't worry, I can still keep talking until it's not coming up. Okay, men. Can I see your hands, man? Sorry, ladies, you need to excuse me on this right now. But you know we need to take care of ourselves, man. We did everything. We sweated. We did everything. We brought in the money to take care of all these kids and everything. I said, excuse me, I'm coming back to you, but let me deal with the men first. I'm coming back to you. We did all those things and everything, and most of the time, when they grow older, focus more is on their mother and not on their father. Yeah. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay, sorry. You will say no, don't worry. Let me leave here. Don't let me see you. No, I'm not talking to you right now. I'll come back to you. Man, am I right? Am I right? Yeah. So sometimes, you know what? You need to sit down, look at it. How do I take care of my old age? If these children will not even do it. And there's a trick they played on us. Man, there's a trick they played on us. There's a trick. The mothers were seen to be very gentle and very accommodating, very loving. And then when they're about to discipline the children, they push us to discipline. And in the process of us disciplining and then getting things, I don't know why this auntie in front is just shaking her head. Don't worry. I have good news for you.
I have experience opposite to what you are saying.
You are just the 1% out of the 99%.
Okay, yeah, but that's why I would agree.
And you are the, you see, that's a woman telling you. Exception to the rule.
I agree with you.
Exception to the rule. But can I go on?
Yeah.
So, we discipline them and everything. Although we're doing the right thing, but most of the time, those children misinterpret it to being wicked. And then they take care of their mom. And those of you who are here don't even know what we're going through in Nigeria. They even abandon us in Nigeria sometimes. When they're about to come and take, it's a Mugo, they call it, or take it is the mother that they invite. They leave the man. The man is now walking under the tree in the village with everything. So, you know what, guys? Hello, man, you know what? We need to start thinking about what's going to be like at 70. What's it going to be like at 80? What's going to be like at 90? Now, when you look around here, sometimes life at 80 or something may not be too interesting, except for the medical side of it. And if you quickly got your papers, you're good, and you can always come back here for another medical thing. But you need to be close to nature. You need to be close to sunlight. You need to be close to a communal life. I wanted to say communal community. I was talking that without sound like tautology or something like that. But you need to just be close to that. And that is one of the reasons why you need to just look at everything we're talking about here and then plug into it. If this is not working, we don't need to deal with this. Let's just go on. I think I'm almost done with my time. Sometimes we also think about the next of kin.
You want to come over? Yeah, that's fine.
Are we together? You want to come over? He needs to come over quickly because it's... Next of kin. You know, I've been wondering about this next of kin thing, which is good. But sometimes we live all our life for the next of kin. Were you not next of kin to someone? What did they do for you? So this is it. Whether you are next of kin or somebody is next of kin, look, everybody will eventually take care of themselves. At the point in time, you need to be selfish to yourself. All you need to do is to give them the basic education. And what about basic education? This is that it's not BSc, where we can advance it to masters. You see, when you want to do PhD, they are on their own. After you have done masters, you have done everything. Because sometimes you now build those houses, you keep it for them. Eventually. Because when you actually ask yourself, your grandfather's house, do you know it? No. But we need to it has a better word right now. It's working. So are we together here?
Yeah.
Hope you get my thoughts.
Yeah.
Where I'm going. Why is it important for us to secure all those things? And where is a better place for you to do that than in Nigeria? Somebody will say, okay, no, when you invest in London, you invest where you're working, and everything. It's okay, but you have to know what is called Pareto principle. Even if you put 80% of your investment here, make sure that you have 20% of your investment somewhere else that you know you spend the rest of your life. And then it's not our elders that says that we cannot put all our eggs in one basket. So are you putting all your eggs in just one basket? And you put it here, and then I'm just trying not to mention it. That comes with the policy. What do you do about it?
He won't become a prime minister.
No, I wish I could just show you how he's making his progress. He's making progress. Every election is making progress.
Yes, it is.
So, anyways, instead of us praying, let us strategize. Let us strategize. Let us secure a place that we can fall back on as we grow older. It's not even about Farage, it's not even about reform, it's not about you securing your old age. Ibejuleki is the place to be. Ibejuleki is having a lot of infrastructural development. We have the red line, the blue line train, we have the purple. I mean, Lagos is just going from one bound to another. And the airport, everything. If I were you, I need a piece of Ibejuleki. I need a piece of Shogutego. I need a piece of Ekwe. Interesting, that's where my mother is from.
Wow.
My time is up.
Just a few minutes.
I know, you're using me to get this thing up and now it's okay. So, you must have a piece of the land there. Are we together? Come on board. Let's do this thing together. Let's secure your old age. How many of us, we have mothers, we have fathers and everything, still in Nigeria, am I right? So I will just keep them a house. Somewhere in Benjuleki. The coastal road, you guys need to come and see our coastal road. It's a real good coastal road. And it's going to get to Calabar. It's going to pass, will it pass Benin? No, I don't think so. Yeah. It will pass Benin. It's very close to your upper top way. Yeah, it's going you on that too? Where are you from?
I'm in Lagosian.
Lagosian? Where part of Lagos?
I'm from Surulere area. I was born in Surulere.
Which Ika?
Yeah.
I see. You were born in Surulere. When we Lagosians? When we begin. I say you're getting into my head. You're getting into my head right now. And that's my very good friend Josh. He runs a microfinance bank, one of the leading microfinance bank in Abuja, Nigeria. And I think we just let you speak to a few things about how the financial terrain in Nigeria is looking at, and why they need to come and bring their money tonight. Are we together? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Are we ready to go to the next thing? Emmanuel?
Yes, yes.
Where?
We have a panel session.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for the panel session, can you just invite with me? Josh, please, can you come and say one or two things?
I think Josh is in the panel, but you can just give
Okay,
us
okay, let's just come and say something. But don't worry, we've got your back, eh? We've got your back, we'll make sure.
And those that we see that both bring this growth and development, real development, real business growth. So home is not as bad as, in fact, sometimes I have to be dragged kicking to come to Europe. You know, I'm coming here, but if you look at my passport, it's just empty. So that I'm seeing there. So Lagos is a huge corridor for growth. Not just the Beduleki, the Axis, even the Benjamin and everywhere. Lagos about the corridor is something else. All the way Ogun State is something else. That man there has put a state of the art airport there. The government is doing great things too. And I have a lot of friends infrastructure is greatly improving. You hear some of the bad news. Oh, they attacked somebody. You should ask what kind of lifestyle that person was living that he was attacked, that he got in trouble. But you're living as a corporate citizen, as a normal, responsible citizen of the country. So you're a law-abiding citizen, you're not going to get into trouble, and you comport yourself properly. So Nigeria is growing. I'm setting up a private jet company, and you know they were shocked to hear that Nigeria is the largest private jet business location in Africa. They were saying we're second to South Africa. So you don't know what you're saying. Per capita, Nigeria is the largest, and it's not just that. It's all the largest refinery in the world built in Nigeria, and leveraging on that, man wants to do 3 across Africa. Lithium, coal, all manner of human resources. We're exporting human resources all over the world. This last trip to the moon, it went around, it went to the moon before. I don't know if we landed on the moon in the 60s, why are we going around it? Anyway, so this last trip to the moon, there was a Nigerian on the team. So I think we have an opportunity here with the BRG community to actually find out what's going on right there in Nigeria. I sit in Abuja, and from Abuja, of course, we attack states like Kaduna, Kebbi, Bombay. So some of those states that we say, they are in the thick of economic security challenges, a lot of business is going on there. So I'm sure we all have people at home, and it behoves us to start thinking of home. Some of us predicted what's happening in Europe years ago. It's not just in the UK. People are getting more nationalistic in quotes. You know what's happening in Netherlands and some of the other EU locations. And it's going to spread, it's going to become more global. I think don't be doing a lot of drivers. People are going to become more protectionist. So anybody who's African has to think Africa. And we have a very good leg there in Africa. So BRG, I know them to be very responsible and consistent, very well set up. The general banker and fellow in that profession, we know the importance of corporate governance, which means you have structures, you have integrity, you have checks and balances, and this organization has it. I've introduced a couple of people to some of the actors, and it's going well. So please think Nigeria, look Nigeria, buy Nigeria, have the confidence to look home and go. I think that comes before. I look very funny at the airport. Because I'm used to people carrying my baby. I have one man on this. I was just struggling with my what's wrong with this man? So I'm not used to carry my bag and everything. This is UK, I don't need to come again. So anyway, thank you very much for the watching.
Thank you. Quickly, I'll just do like a run through my slides. I mean, promise, I won't do too much because I've spoken too much already. But again, you know what? When you're dealing with, I'm not spoken to extra. Wow, really? When I talk to you, one of my antagonists today.
It's just the topic.
Just the topic. Yeah. It's okay. Good. I'll just run through it quickly. But one thing I want to show you, we've closed over. Sorry, do you guys know that BRG has closed over $1 billion transaction? No, that's what I'm telling you. Now you know, because that's what the heart of two. I mean, if an organization can close over $1 billion transaction and 10th year anniversary, those are the things that you look at. Many of us that bought products or bought properties from people without looking at the team composition. The people that are running it and the people that they have around them. So before we bought shares those days, we look at board of directors. We look at all those before we can go and say, let us buy here, let us buy there. And then one of the things I also look for when we buy stocks those days, that what are the internal dynamics in promoting people from internally, not an organization who goes to get their MD from other organization. But if you see people who grow internally, I mean from general manager becoming managing director, you know that there is something called stability there. And then you want to put your money when stability is there. And 10 years, that's stability. $1 billion transaction, that is absolute stability. So that's it. And for those of us reformed, do you need to see the data again?
No.
I mean,
we don't need it. We're ready. We say it.
Okay, sorry. I just have to put that. Bring it up. Bring it up. No. Bring it up. No. I ain't gonna bring it up. Look at the last slide there. 1,450 plus 6. 1. Historic surge.
Council seats.
So it doesn't matter. It's a surge. I know you fully well that this party is just, how many years old? Is that 2 or 3? So let's think that we're talking about that. You guys already know. All your attention should be coming back to Nigeria. Leave them. Oh yeah, let's move on. Let's just look at some few things here to just look at. Let's move on. Don't worry. Let's leave this. Just go. Property value drivers. Now look at it. Hold on. The architect of growth is that infrastructure is not just an accessory to urban growth. It is a fundamental architecture that dictates where capital flows. So by the time you see infrastructure going to a particular, then you know that capital is flowing toward that location. Now look at it, the real catalyst, the blue line, the red line, and the mainland connection. I mean, it's easy for you to connect and all that. And then go on, please. Eco Atlantic, this is like the marina. Okay, we have a marina, but this is like the new marina in Nigeria. If you have what it takes to get a piece of that, you're made. When you look at the Lekki frontier, Emmanuel has spoken about it, the Dangote refinery, the ports and everything. And I think Dangote is people trying to build something right now. I can't even remember. He said something about it. He's trying to build something of his own port, more or less, and everything. All those things are coming in there. And frontier, industrial frontier. I mean, Ogun State, when you look at Ogun State and Lagos State, you know it's just border. Just border. And sometimes some of the land, in my mother's hometown, sometimes when you walk like 2-3 steps, you get into Ogun State. And then, 2-3 steps. So sometimes you can be here, Ogun State, and here, Lagos State. Actually, there's a part in Ojudu Bega, that the houses on this street and Lagos. Somebody means house those days. The houses on this street and Lagos. If you cross over, you are in Ogun State. Wow. Exactly. Yeah. We are in Ogun State. So when we talk about Lagos, Ogun State, we're still the same thing. Akuti and everything. Now look at that. The Lekki uplift. No, easy. Exponential land appreciation. Total growth, 26 years. Look at that. 650%. 650%. Land banking and everything. But let's go on. Let us look at the next one. Like I said, I'll just run through it. The regional land value comparison. Lekki 1, Shagutego, you can see hello? You're trying to be speaking fast, I mean. When you look at those comparisons, just look at that. The average that 2020, 800,000. Now look at what it is, average price per square meter. Just imagine if somebody has bought this land 2018 or 2016. Look at what you will get. Then the thing is still keep growing. Because look, there's a dynamic that is coming now into it. The 4th mainland bridge. The 4th mainland bridge. It's going to open up Ikorodu Road up to that point. It's going to open up a lot of things. Now, you see, that's why Nigeria is a place to be. Lagos is a place to be because the infrastructural development and what we put into it is so massive that a little can become 1,000 in, a snap of your fingers. Now, if you wait till all those things get there, we didn't do it, we did not do it, that's how they used to say it, or not. It's better you buy it and wait. Because look, if whatever you invest in a land, it can never depreciate. It can only appreciate. So even if the 4th Billion Bridge does not come, your land is still appreciated. And if it comes, exponential. Mind-blowing. Let's go on. Let's go on. Now, I think I just give you this slide to look at. It's an explanation that we've all said severally and everything. And then look, for instance, the independent power. Now, Lagos State now is giving licenses to private energy power companies. Now, people in solar will start enjoying 24 hours power supply because they've given someone a license to take care of his solar. And I have the privilege of having one of my protege. His wife is actually the MD of the power regulation, or whatever they call them, now in Lagos State. She's the MD. That's Femi George's wife. She's the MD. You know Femi George? Okay, his wife is the MD of the Lagos, Regulatory Institutional Committee to regulate that. And look, we have digital connection. We are not that in the primitive way. We're even more, I was going to say we're more civilized than you were. I have to keep that myself. Don't let me say that before we become people. But you know what, there's so much money in Nigeria.
Too much.
So much money in Nigeria. Don't worry. Look, it's not about whether it circulates or not. Before it circulates, let it circulate to you first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You now decide whether you want to circulate your own. Do you know that everybody here who came from Nigeria, you are already prepared. Let me tell you what. Statistically, it's only 2 to 4% of the world's population that actually travels internationally.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
All the people you see in Dubai airport, largest airport, this and that, Doha, they are just 2 to 4% of the world's population.
Wow.
So, you two have left Nigeria, came here and you go back to Nigeria, you are part of the 2 to 4%. And that's a privileged fee already. So, if you are part of the 2 to 4%, that's the privilege to travel around like that. That means when you come to Nigeria, it's very likely, not very likely, you will be fraternizing and connecting with the 2 to 4% of Nigerians. And that's where the circulation still happens. It doesn't get to the masses yet, but even if you're a businessman like me, although my church minds also try to make me think otherwise and cautions me, and you're like capitalist a little bit. You want to make sure that it keeps circulating within your circle, and after a while, after you have used the money very well, you can have be magnanimous to the remaining 96%. And by then, my children will have gained a lot, probably my grandson, and I will now take care of the rest. I hope that is not selfish.
It is.
It's good to be selfish.
It's good though.
It's actually good to be selfish sometimes. Let me see what it is. Now, I say something about the top and the 4th Billion Bridge. Unlocking the dark horse. By the time this thing is constructed, that's been announced. They signed it. And it's a private public partnership, PPP, that has already gone. They've signed it. And in other words, it's not going to be controlled by the camp of politicians and everything. And once this comes on board, to site, you are already late. You are already late. Like I said, I think it's one of those slides. It is when the announcement is made that you make your move. If you wait till the tractors get it, you are already late. Because the amount that you buy will be quite different from the one that you see. Market expectation of 50% jump in residential and value in Ikorodu upon completion, and also where it will land. I think it's landing somewhere around, yes, I'm actually, which is still the key axis. And then Lagos has been opened up. The Lake Ekwe has a feeder with the coastal road. And then not just that, there's another one that's where we have our ambient site. There's supposed to be a regional road that will pass through there also. By the time we do all those things, all those places will open up, and the thing you're talking about, traffic, will be a thing of the past. And the rail also will go through that Lekki Express. Am I right? Yeah. So once that opens up, we are in a different world entirely. Now, the best thing for us to do is to make sure that we move. Now, look at infrastructure project life circle. Announcements. Speculative boom. Price rises 10 to 15%. As smart money enters. If you wait for construction, destruction may stall growth temporarily and everything. But what am I trying to say is that by the time they announce, plug in immediately. Don't wait for construction. Plug in immediately. By the time you get to maturity, forget it. You are already late. Just imagine if you bought Lekki in 1998. Was it in Morocco then or what? Is it Morocco? No. Victoria Land, all it was Morocco and everything. Victoria Land and everything. So, please, come join us. I think I'm done with the slide. Come join us. Let's plug in. And then your best bet, your plug is BRG, Billionaires Greater Growth. Let's help you secure your property. Don't trust your family members. They have shown you Pepe enough. Trust us, and we will carry your family member along. Don't send the money to them. Madam, I hope the 40 million is still available. Yes, bring it to us, please. Bring it to us. You will not regret giving us the 40 million. And then you will see how the thing will turn around very quickly. Please, and the road to 2030, Coastal Road Phase 1, financing secured, 2026, red line, rail operational, and refinery scale up. That's 2026. 2028, Fourth Mainland Bridge, Lagoon section completion. And 2030, full 700-kilometer coastal road and smart mega city status. That is timeline. Don't even wait till the end of this meeting. Not to talk about the end of 2016. Plug in immediately. And I think at this point, I just need to hand over the microphone. Another statement, group chat, and the Q&A, and then we'll talk more about that. But like Emmanuel said, we'll be waiting to talk to you after the meeting. I mean, we're not going anywhere. I mean, we flew all the way from Lagos. Why are we in order to go back to Lagos? So we're here for you. Ask for your questions. And then let us have an interaction. Thank you. Everyone welcome for
A round of applause for our chairman again.
Thank you very much, Dr. Niyi Adesoya. So he's been speaking to us about deep insight into wealth without borders. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, will I say so far, you have gained something, practical information, direct and valuable information so far, haven't we? And you have no fear whatsoever about investing in Nigeria. Do you? No. Okay. Just to buttress that, or as an added value, we would be meeting people or clients of the BRG group. You know, like they say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. So those who have tested and trusted this organization, so we have clients, we have realtors, and of course real estate developers. They are forming a part of our panel tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, let me call on Dr. Sunday Adewale, who has been a client of BRG. A round of applause. We're going to hear from him firsthand. And ladies and gentlemen, of course we do know the floor will be open for everyone. You can ask whatever question you want to. And of course, Alaja Omotosho has facts, has facts, has facts, or has facts. Okay. I'm sorry. Just come in, my darling. Just come in. Just come in. Please put your hands together for her. Alaja Omotosho. You know then when they used to tell us Alaja, they don't look this young and pretty. You think Alaja is one big madam that is occupying the entire space. But nice, it's good to have a lovely young one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tosin Obineye. Can we please have Miss Tosin Obineye? Is she with us? Okay, she's coming. She's a realtor. Another fine young professional that BRG is giving us tonight. And of course, Dr. Tunde Shoneka is a real estate developer. Sir, where is you? No, it's not where are you. Where is you, sir? Can you join us? Please let us put our hands together as he joins us very quickly. Okay, and Dr. John Paul Enemwo is a real estate developer. Dr. John Paul, are you with us? Thank you very much, sir. We've been seeing him coming. I saw him when he stepped into the arena. Please let us welcome him with a round of applause. He's part of our panelists. We're going to have them all speak, and then they'll talk to us about their experiences. And of course, you're going to have opportunities to ask them questions. And the next client, the next person I'm going to be calling, is a client of high repute. His name is Dr. Rotimi Olusegun Bakare, a fellow of the Royal Society for Public Health. He's not around. Okay, oh my goodness. He is the former UK General Practitioner, GP Principal. Okay, my head is aching. Stop, I don't like false information. I'm a broadcaster. I don't want to have to say something and people hold me to it. And I'm not going to be looking like, Thank you very much, sir, for coming. It's Dr. Rotimi Oluwasegun Bakare, Fellow of the Royal Society for Public Health. Is BSc Honors, MB, CHB, MSc Clinical Biochemistry, DDM Diabetics, TGP, and a former UK General Practitioner, a principal and GP tutor with expertise in diabetes care. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. With that profile, I think we're going to be inviting you to more community events. That's a brilliant one. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let us encourage everyone we have here today, our panelists. And we're going to have each and one of them say something, of course, to you, and then you are going to ask them the questions.
And of course, Paul will be handling this aspect. Thank you.
A round of applause again for our panelists, everyone. So panelists, I'm going to throw the questions to everyone to make it as brief and as powerful as possible so that everybody can get value from it. The first question is, this one is a general question for everyone. Why is cross-border investing becoming more important for Africans and diaspora investors in 2026? Anybody there can take that. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 40 seconds. Yeah. Today, you want to take that?
Okay, thank you everyone. My name is Tunde Shrenko. I'm a real estate developer based in the UK, also based in Lagos. So, if I had to answer your question, as someone that actually invested in both market environment, both in the UK and Nigeria, why is it very necessary for you to be able to diversify your business, also your income across borders? Like I said, for a lot of us as well, you've lived there for years, and you're starting to find out you earn a whole lot of money in pounds. Same for people in Lagos as well, that actually earn a lot of money in Nigerian currency. Now, if you look at the rate of foreign exchange, how things move down, I think it's safer most of the time. For example, I have a lot of friends that have a lot of naira, and they just feel very safe in converting that, investment from naira into pounds. What does that do to you? It gives you a very high level of returns in foreign exchange earning. So what also that means for you is the fact that you don't just keep your investment into one shop, right? So you have an investment in the UK or in Nigeria, so you can actually earn from both, either you can earn from naira, you can earn in pounds. But a lot of people that actually based in Lagos, right? I have a lot of friends based in Lagos, and if you look at the rate of how they invest in the UK, they don't just invest because you just want to keep in the UK. It's also, there's a whole lot higher return when you have investment in pounds. And for people that live in the UK that want to invest their money in Lagos as well, I won't lie to you. The real estate markets in Nigeria, in terms of high return, cannot be compared to anyone in the world. And that's one of the main reasons why people felt, at the point in time, I need to diversify my investment, right? And also for safety as well. You want to protect your income, you want to protect your investment as well. So that's one of the key reasons why I felt, diversification of investment, sort of secure your growth, secure your future, across the board. Okay?
Thank you. Round of applause. Anyone else have anything to add to this, to what he said?
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Hassan Alubon of the show. Just to add to what you said, have we ever wondered why some non-Nigerians, the Chinese, the Indians, different people, why they come to Nigeria to come and invest in Nigeria, to come and build properties in Nigeria, to come and build businesses in Nigeria? Because over time they have realized that there is money in Nigeria. A lot of money are being made in Nigeria. I've had a situation whereby I've had a conversation with someone and he said he prefers to have his business in Nigeria, not Nigeria. He prefers to have his business in Nigeria because what he will get in Nigeria is way more than what he will get elsewhere. So why would Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians not living in Nigeria, why would they not have something solid back home? Because yes, you can win in both ways. You can have something in Nigeria and it will be fetching you money in Nigeria while you are working here. So you don't have to be sending money all the time to your family right here in Nigeria. So when you have something solid in Nigeria, it will fetch you money and you can always use it to build your empire, to build your businesses, to even feed your family and relatives in Nigeria. Thank you.
A round of applause for that. So our dear panelists, this session is for 30 minutes, so let everybody's answer is powerful to the point. Next question here is the second question for General after we start going to expressives. What opportunities exist right now that are making global wealth creation more accessible than ever before? Anybody can answer that. What are the opportunities available
going straight to the point, I'm sure we have learned about some of the options available in the market, especially in the Lagos real estate market. And the very first one I'll be discussing about is our real estate investment. And I'm going to be answering this with Madam Diola, yes, to get to answer your question. So regarding the investment, yeah, a lot of people have said, oh, they don't want land, they don't want houses, but they want to invest. So that can help you. You don't want to tie your funds in you're buying a property. You can use it, you can invest and let the people in the business, the developers, the genuine trusted developers use it to build the business and share profits with you. Then we also have genuine lands that we'll talk about across Ajam, Abamadisa Ajam, Shongotedo, Ibenjuleki, Ekwe. These are corridors that are fast developing, even in Moe on the mainland. With the new airports opening, there are so many, the new airports in Ogun State now, with so many other opportunities, so many development infrastructures being put in place, there's massive growth, in Lagos, that you can invest into. There's also the apartment, that's the building opportunity where you can buy this apartment, put it up for rent, put it up for shoplets. Especially in Lekki phase 1 in Kante. Personally, I manage shoplets for some of my clients, and I know, when these properties are properly managed, I know and well marketed, I know the returns it's rating monthly. They don't do anything, we manage it, and so that is what you can get on a monthly basis when you have apartments in these locations. So, and that is wealth creation for me, because wealth is you are not toiling. These things are making money for you. Like the investment, you put your money, is working for you. At the end of 6-12 months, you are getting returns. The land too is appreciating in value. The house too, if it's on shopless or annual rental, is making money for you. So whichever way, these are venues that create wealth, which I want to implore also to take advantage of. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just to support what she just said, I personally, when I got in contact with BRG in Manila, the first investment I had with them was 2 units of 2-bedroom duplex, 35.5 each. That was in 2022. So I bought them outrightly. Now, I sold one out of the two for 95 million. Before I sold them, I used them for Airbnb for 2 years. I'm a dentist here in the UK for about 16 years now. I've been practicing in the UK as a dentist. And I have my own practice, which I run regularly, and gives me money, of course, too. So it got to a stage I stopped the Airbnb because it's too demanding. But before I stopped, I think I realized about £95,000 over that period of 2 years of running those 2 units in Lagos. So the second 2-bedroom duplex now, I am contemplating of selling it as well. Apart from that, the second investment I did with BRB was a kind of a JV investment. So they spoke to me about
We can't hear you at the back.
Yeah. Okay. So they spoke to me about their product called Landvest. So I loaned them around $100,000 for 2 years. They said, okay, they will give me 47 or 72% return over a 2-year period. And I have that money in my bank in the UK. I said, if I left this money there, many times I pay some interest leaving my money in my bank in the UK. So I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. I didn't just go out and give them $100,000 out. I did my due diligence thoroughly. And again, too, I was ready. So, okay, if I lose this money, is it going to affect me? No, it won't kill me based on my own assessment. So I took the risk. Then At the end of that 2 years, they gave me the profit. And then they introduced another product to me. Say, look, we have some plot of land. Come and get an acre. I said, okay. Each acre I bought it, I think 32 or so. They still there now, but at the moment they are opposite the opposite what's it called? ShopRite in Shangotedo. They're selling for around 80 to 100 million per acre, per plot now. And just maybe 2 or 3 years interval of appreciation. I said, okay, wow, this is great. Then maybe 2 years ago, I went back to Nigeria again. The guy who's looking after me, he said, okay, please, Dr. Samuel, come and put some money down. I put another 200 million naira with him. By July, in about 2 months, I will get another maybe 344 million from him. Massive return. So the potential to make a lot of money in Nigeria is there. You can put £1 here in the UK and get maybe 50 pence back. But put £1 in Nigeria, you get £10 back. And they've said everything anyway, but the reason why I'm making this, I spoke to Emmanuel. I said, look, let me come and encourage fellow Nigerians that look, yes, it's understandable you guys will be very fearful, you'll be afraid. But this guy is very, very trustworthy. I've done so many projects. Currently, I have maybe 1.5 billion naira with him. And I have full confidence that, even if he die or I die, my investment is there, okay? So you guys should try and give them a chance. You could start with 5 million. You could start with 10 million or something like that. And you'll see how your money will really work harder for you. And of course, you have to also look at your situation. Do you want cash flow? Or are you somebody like me? You have enough money and you don't want this money to be sleeping. Let that money be working harder and harder for you. But if you're somebody who wants good cash flow from time to time to help family members or to go to another project, you may have to look at, maybe financial investment, capital investment, because you could buy lands in some places like Egbe or deep inside. They're not going to give you money back straight away. You're looking at 5 years or many years before you could sell them and get big return. But the one which I did, quick return, is high risk, of course, but when you hit the target, you really hit jackpot. You get big money, you can then say, okay, with this 100 million you made, I'm going to buy one apartment and use the apartment for whatever you want to use it for.
Somebody say, wow.
Wow.
That's all. Okay, I'm Dr. Eleanor Jean-Paul. Okay, so let me do, I'm a developer. Clients and subscribers soon. At BRG, we try as much as we can to make available products that are 100% safe and always free from every existing or known encumbrances of any kind. So you can also rest assured that you can plug into any of our projects with the backing of the BRG and the investments will be safe. So just like my co-panelists have just mentioned there, we have an option of doing a cashback investment scheme, which you can put in your money in a short-term basis and you get good returns for your investments. We also have the options of you keying into land banking. You can come in gradually. You can decide to come in gradually to test the waters and see how it works. Maybe keying into some of these projects in Bejueki, you should go to the axis. So the shortlist apartment is also another option that you can look into the direction. You can decide to buy some block of apartment with flats, terraces, duplexes, which you can also use for Airbnb. The market is now booming. Rest assured there's always available customers that will take up these apartments if it's well furnished and well maintained. You earn your good returns on investments. And there's another option for you, so that when you're coming back to Nigeria, you can have a place that you can use temporarily. You can sleep over for maybe 2 weeks or 1 week. You have a place to stay. You don't need to go to the hotels if you have such apartments. So when you fly back to the UK here, your apartment still gives you the income. Okay, there is another good opportunity that we created, the BRG platform. We are trying to do a little bit diversification into the agro real estate space. So this is a very good, important aspect of real estate investment. So with the introduction of agro real estate, you have opportunity to invest into land banking and getting massive returns via the cash crops that will be planted on your farm. You'll be earning steady income from 3 years to almost 40 years period of years on that your farm product, while the land still appreciates. So whatever decision you want to make, I want you to look at all these options, and believe me, you're in the same hand, and it's something you can do together. Thank you.
Round of applause. This one, ladies, is just a masterclass. After this, we take a short break and lunch. Your turn, sir.
My name is Dr. Rotimi.
Everybody has spoken, so we will not ask any other question again. We are good. Right.
Okay. I just want to encourage those of us who have been living or who still live in this country. I've been here for a long time. I've been from age 20, and I'm in my late 70s now. I may not look it, but definitely I can feel it.
I like that. Wow, what a line.
Now, I spent my 70s in this country, but went back to Nigeria and spent my 80s. Yeah? And I can say that I am here today because of the 10 years I spent in Nigeria. And I came back here in 89. It's a long time. Yeah. Now, the point I want to make is that nobody told me that time, and there was no conference like this or a summit. It's just a question of that 10 years I spent in Nigeria, that increased my love for Nigeria and foresight. What's going to happen when I retire? I need to stay in this country, or I want to go back home. If I go back home, where is the source of income? I'm not even thinking of what my retirement money is in this country. I just believe that. But I want to generate income for myself in Nigeria. Okay, so I made some investments in Nigeria at that time. But now, I thought, you know the way our children think, and the grandchildren, lucky. You may have a mansion somewhere else, but if you still haven't got something like lucky access, you don't want to do. So, I then decided to buy a property at Lekki, and that's where my exceptional realtor came into being, and that is Tosin. Would you like to stand up and everybody see you? I couldn't have asked for more from what I got when I met her. I'm saying this to say that I have confidence in her, and now that I know more about BRG, I lend my support to them. Within 1 week, I got a property. Within another 1 week, I got a tenant. Can you imagine that? I think I would like to encourage others. Thank you very much.
These panelists are preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
The question you should ask yourself is, what shall we do to be
Saved.
The next one you ask yourself is, where is your form? Where is the realtor to talk to, or the BRG form to fill? You need to do it now so that you don't have certain conversations with your children. I heard one rich man said, he said, he works so hard because there are certain conversations he doesn't want to have with his children. I know now these children, they're very direct. You know, they will ask you, that's why you broke. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
No, they are not polite like us. I don't know if you understand me. I mean, I want to bury my mother in 2023. When my mother says stand, I will jump up and talk to somebody. I have 3 teenage children. I'm 50 years old. Yes, I know how they ask questions. Daddy, why are you sad? Are you alright? I say, yeah, man. Hey. Do you understand me? Yes. Good. This is the remaining 10 minutes. This is what they're telling you to do now. So that next time we'll gather here, we'll put you here, tell you your whole story. There's one Nigerian preacher that I say, if he didn't dare, he didn't dare.
Thank you very much. This is so nice. I just want people to know that real estate space has actually changed. A lot of people believe, or when they hear real estate, they just think it's long term. But the narrative has totally changed. We have long term, we have short term, we have medium term. At least one of my clients is here, an elderly man. You cannot expect me to be pitching a 10 years real estate investment opportunity to someone like that. So it means that there are always opportunities for you. Just ensure that you do it right. And remember, BRG is there for us to help us scrutinize developers, to ensure that these products are available. So this is an opportunity for you to meet us, the consultants, because we are not just verified, we are also licensed. Thank you.
So they are going to be around, when we're going to start wrapping up in the next few minutes, seconds in fact. So after you will close this panel session. Now, as we say in Lagos, ACD. Look at them, say ACD. Look at them, say clock it.
So if I need to add to what everyone has actually said, mostly doctors and officers in there, right? I think I'm going to speak the mind of a lot of UK investors. One of the major problems anyone working in this country have for Nigeria is, can I trust people in this? You see, naturally, we find it very difficult if you be here for years, months, whatever you get, to trust anyone in Nigeria. Right? And most especially our family members. See, one of those days when you call your brother, you call your sister and say, see, I'm building one, I'm able to go and build it. I think that's become a past story when it comes to wrestling. And the narrative that is created has put a lot of fear in a lot of people that live in diaspora. The answer to that question was the reason why BRG was wanted. You see, because you don't want your brother to know that you want to do investments in Lagos, and you don't want him to have anything to do when you actually invest in Nigeria, you know, because for a lot of reasons, we've heard so many stories online, right? And the reason why we now have BRG, I'll talk from the point of developers, I'll talk from the point of, you know, clients that live in diaspora. You don't trust anyone. But BRG came on board to actually bridge that gap of trust. have what Doctor said earlier, thanking and appreciating Tony down here. I can tell you what I said, Doctor want to go and invest in Tony. Trust me now. Without the family member knowing, in privacy and secrecy. And that's what BRG brings to you. See, as a developer, just like what my co-developer said, you can't join the BRG platform without you doing due diligence. It won't take you on board. It's not possible. It's as simple as that. So they've eradicated that fear of just anybody building an audio house and you not be able to see it. And that's why platforms like this, why do we do conference like this? We do conference like this where you, the actual client, can actually see the actual realtor and you also be the developers yourself. So BRG created our platform for everyone. So whichever realtor you're actually dealing with on the BRG platform, be 100% well assured they've been certified, cleared, before they can sell to you. And that's why today, whatever investment you want to do, right, the rest assured your investment is done in, I won't say secrecy, or in private, in confidentiality, right, and in trust. You know, they've set up a whole structure where even if you have a problem with a house or with a client or with a realtor, they have a lot of different structures of PRs that can actually resolve your problem. I have a lot of clients that came to the conference we had yesterday, and I was trying to complain about, this problem I have with one developer, blah, blah, blah. And I have to introduce him to Emmanuel yesterday. He was so happy because he was able to meet face to face people that can actually resolve this problem. And that's the platform BRG creates for the client, for the investor. So your money is actually safe. Even we building houses, they have compliance check on us. If I want to build a house or I want to start a project, Emmanuel is going to tell you, do you have a survey plan for the house? Does not have a title. See, once I start giving the story, one thing happened, that's it, cancel. That product will never go on the PRG platform. It's simple as that. And that's the trust I want to actually make on the other say that you can actually trust the process. The narrative of the Nigerian real estate market has changed. Completely changed from the back then that we don't know what's going on. You can verify a lot of things yourself. And BRG has developed a strong platform to alleviate our fears. And I can believe it and I can trust the brand. Thank you, everyone.
Our panelists have done a fantastic job. Narrative has changed. Yesterday I was speaking at another real estate conference. A mortgage guy flew in from Lagos and told the story. There was a Nigerian here in the UK. She bought a house. I think the lady died. Her daughter flew back to Nigeria. They had done insurance for the house. The insurance company paid her. But it's just that we don't hear these things. The game has changed. Dangote said their current EBITDA, EBITDA, for this company is $3 billion. By 2030, their EBITDA will be $30 billion. And your properties are going to be in that area. So you don't want to have certain conversations with your current children or your unborn children. So talk to them now. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our panelists one more time. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What's up, wait, number you low. Be careful, sir.
Yes, if you have questions now, let's take your questions now. I'll take it.
Questions and answers. Food is coming.
Please don't go. Food is coming on. Wait. Any questions now, please? Yes.
You don't want to sing the Nigerian. When I have to sing it, you not say, no way.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy
Listen, wait. One second.
You will not listen to our question now. After now, you will now see. That's what I say, Chakam.
I'm happy I'm here today, and I've got the first-hand information of real estate in Nigeria, and the benefit of it all is being told, and my spirit is present because we've been hearing different type of stories, how people go to buy properties in Nigeria and being duped. One woman testified to me about it this afternoon. She's gone. Yeah, I've seen the benefit of real estate in Nigeria, but the plan of it all and how the mortgage is being done is not been told. So I want to know more about the plan. Like here in UK, we have flexible mortgage plan. Yeah, that is going to suit us. We work hard here, and we are all on salaries. So I want to know the plan and how the mortgage of Nigeria is being done. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for that question. So, for mortgage, for the properties that we have, the developers, based on the developers' policies, we have payment plans that you can spread for 2 years, 18 months, 12 months, depending on the property. Then also, we have, just like the chairman made mention of why it was mistaken, we're talking to a private mortgage bank to see how we can bring them on board to partner with them. So with that, you can be able to pay for as long as, I think, 20 years or thereabout. Yeah, but the issue with most of those mortgage plans is that the interest is always on the high side, except if the MRIF window is open again. Yeah, like last year, towards last year, this year, there was MRIF from the federal government to help people to leverage on mortgage, but that window is closed for now. When the MRIF window is open, the interest on MRIF is at 9%. But for other private mortgage companies, it's always 23, 25% of their amount. But we have all of those options available. So it depends on the property you are subscribing for and then the plan of competition.
Like for example, now I want to buy a property of 2-bedroom. And how much deposit would I put down?
So for a 2-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom terrace, duplex, just like I said, depending on the policy of the developer you choose to buy from. Some might have 5 million initial deposit, some might have 10 million initial deposit, some might say the initial deposit is 20 million. You can also have conversation about this to negotiate to suit what you want to do. But depending on the developer, the initial deposit fees, then also the payment plan also varies. But when you are ready, we'll have conversation and see how we can help you get started.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions?
Any other question?
Hello everyone. Thank you so much, BRG. I'm really opportune to be here today, and I'm really happy that I live here because you guys have really enlightened me more about investments. Like the MC said earlier, like our children nowadays, they will just tell you, what are you doing when you look at the rest of the people are making money? So, like my daughter, she's here. She's like, Mom, we're living on the mainland. why can't we go to the island? I said, I don't know anything about island. Actually, she's the one that pushed me. He said, Mom, we're going, let's go to the island. So, and I'm really, really happy to be here. I just want to have, because now Mommy asked one of the questions about the mortgage. And my next question is about the title, like, what are the documents? Like, I'm not really, like, I want to have more knowledge about the documents that we need to ask. What are the documents that prove you are the real owner? What are the documents the government are looking for in Nigeria, like you have to acquire to make you the real owner? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. If you listen to when the panel was ongoing, some of the developers said something about BRG doing due diligence, and that is one of our core values. Before we're on board on any project with any developer, even if it is an existing developer, you can't say because we are partner with you, you can just throw any product at us. So we make sure we do all the due diligence to be sure that it has the right document and the title. So title document varies. Title document varies. We have different land titles. We have the CFO, which is Certificate of Occupancy, being issued directly from the government for 99 years. We have a title called Governor's Consent. Governor's Consent is, let's say, I'm the first allotee of the land. The government gave me, I pay all my dues, then I have a CFO, and I'm selling to her. Maybe let's say okay, let me use one plot. What is that? I have a plot, I have a CFO. I'm selling to her. I will show her a deed of assignment. I will show her a sold it. Right? So that deed of assignment that I issued to her, she has to register it with the land bureau as a consent. Because if she doesn't, the CFO is my name. I can still lay claim to it. After selling to her, I can still go and use it to get facilities from the bank because the title is in my name. So as I transfer to her the deed of assignment, she takes me to the land. It has a process it has to go through so she can get a consent on it. So once it is signed, stamped, then it becomes a title. Because she can't get any CFO because I have to use that 99 years. But for transferring my title right to her, then she perfectly becomes consent. If she's also selling to the next person, it has to go through the same process. It has to go through because one CFO for one allotee can't issue a new CFO. Yeah. So that's how the title. There's also a title called Gazette. Gazette is Gazette has to go through a session, but now we don't have that again within the Lagos State land title processes again because the Gazette has been phased out. Sometimes you come across some properties that have Gazette. So Gazette is when government gives a section of a land, probably let's say all of this space belongs to a community. Let's say BRG community. BRG now approach government there as a community. This is our land. Give us excision on it so that we can further process, so that we can have a perfect title on it. So the government might say, oh, this whole place, I can't give you all, but I can give you maybe 30% of it because we might have use for 70%. So once they cut that 30% of land, they excise it. It has its own process as well. Then once it's fully excised, then they gazette it. The gazette is just to publish it. Then it has its own record. So if I have a land that has a gazette, and I'm also selling to her, she has to perfect the government's consent. So you might come across some properties too that has gazette. It's just for you to be able to ask, is it fully gazetted? Does he have the gazette number? So you can check at the land in the house. So once you find, and the plot that they are selling to you as well, you can confirm that it falls within the survey of the gazette, or it falls within the survey of the CO. Other title, I think basically those are the titles. Gazette, CFO, governance consent. Then if you are buying from a developer, other supporting document that they give you receipts, contract of sales, survey, and the deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is normally issued once you complete payment and your plot is fully allocated to you, because the survey details have to be registered in the deed. So that's when you get your deed of assignment.
And so, now, all those explanations look a bit complicated, am I right? So the best thing for you to do is to look for a consultant from the BRG and make sure they help you follow through it. Yeah. Because sometimes you can get all those documents that you mentioned can be given to you, but they are still fake. So, I mean, you need to look at it very well with somebody who knows the path, or else it will have the document, but you don't have the document. So, just make sure you get one of the consultants here, and then introduce you all in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
you want to add to it, or
no,
your
question?
question?
It's a question. One of my slides.
Hold on, please.
Sorry, I'll make it very, very brief. First and foremost, I would like to say that thank you, BRG. I never knew of you, but I saw that the company I bought from, in fact, is the first that is listed privatized. You can try them, please. I'm not paid, but I am a very happy customer. So anyways, I wanted to ask if there's a way that you can assist to now, because for me, the weapon that is fashioned against the subscribers is that announcer. If there's a way you can help to do the perfection of the deed, I don't know, because I'm always scared to go there or to send somebody to go there, because I don't know if they are actually going to make it.
Yes, we can, yeah, because BRG is a booking, we also do consultancy, we run advisory, so we can also assist you in your title perfection. We can assist you.
And again, sorry, let me just say, sometimes when you do all those things, right here in the UK, is do-it-yourself kind of a thing. Yes. But in Nigeria, it's better you don't do it yourself. If you show up there, you will really show up. You understand? But it's better you go through people who knows the past. Now, it's a different ballgame entirely. If you think you know and you want to go yourself, I tell you, you may end up getting your fingers cut. And that's why BRG is there. We're a brokerage firm also. We're just here to make sure that all those paths, we take the stress off you. We take the stress off you, but we get the money from you. Okay, you have to pay for the stress. Okay, good. Thank you for nodding in the affirmation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, so this Lekki issue of flooding. So she and a couple of other clients are talking about that Lekki floods. So I said, well, it's not all part of Lekki. And moreover, that has changed. So she said that some of her friends that were in Lekki, they have to move out of Lekki and go to Ikorodu. So I said, what part of Lekki were they? He said Lekki phase 1. I said, yes, Lekki phase 1 floods. But the new Lekki we are selling now, we don't have those flood issues. So you want to speak to that so that you can drive that home. Flood.
All right, thank you.
I was greeting you there.
Yeah, so
just click now. Okay. Thank you.
We used to see videos of places that also flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and America. Yeah, so Lekki flood, but it's not all part of Lekki that gets flooded. And a lot of times when you see those videos circulating around the internet, when it's flood, it's when it's just finished raining. Once it's rained and the rain is heavy, because of, Lekki was developed in like 20 something years ago. So a lot of upper plannings were not put in place. Slow. But for the other part of, from Ikota down, it doesn't flood. Let's say from some part of Chevron flood, but from Ikota down to Ekpe, it doesn't flood. And most of those floods, you see them when it's finished raining, because the water is still trying to find its way. So a lot of people do video Lekki is flooding. Give it like 2 hours, all the waters find their way, and then we'll see the flooding anymore. But this new Lagos is well planned, and there's no flood. If we check most of our estates that we built, they don't flood. They don't flood. Sir. Water supply. So water supply is done per project. So you have to sink borehole and to get water. And water treatment plant here. You sunk the borehole, put up the water treatment plant to serve the estate community. So basically that's how we get. It's not from government.
Okay, the water is good water because we've seen incidents where some developments in Lekki have had bad water supply, even though these boreholes that they've dug. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we've seen cases where some developments in the Lekki area, there's always been this complaint that the water that came into the ground was not very good.
Yeah, so places that also experience this water issue, you can see them mostly within the Lekki axis. You can see estates within the Lekki axis. And sometimes it's because the borehole that was drilled was not properly done. And they don't also put up good water treatment system. Yeah. But from Ikota towards Hajar downward, waters are always good. In our estates, we have good waters. So probably maybe Lekki is also close to, because it's closeness to the ocean or the land makes.
Our developer is to make sure that all those infrastructures are checked before they come on our platform. And then the water is well taken care of when it comes to our supervision. And then in the place where the water in the area doesn't look good, we also check the purification machines. We make sure those due diligence are done before we onboard them, and then we project them on the platform. And good.
One
okay.
Question. After sales warranty, how long do you offer?
After what?
After sales warranty.
After sales.
After sales warranty.
Warranty.
On your development.
On our development. After sales warranty.
Yeah.
Okay. You like the 1 week? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. After sales warranty.
Okay, so after sales, there is always a defect liability period that is given 1 year. 1 year defect liability. So if there's any defect in the property, you can always call on the developers, they fix it.
Within 1 year?
Yeah, for the period of a year.
What happens in the second, third, fourth year?
Because the users now, structurally, maybe let me put it that way, structurally, maybe all the structural elements, you have a warranty on it. But the facilities, how you use it, the developers sometimes don't have control. So some people they might tap and say, tap don't break, we'll come and replace, stuff like that. But structurally, if there's any issues, the developers have to be held accountable. 1 year defendability. So that when you discover anything within that period of 1 year, they can always come and fix it.
If you want to extend it as a purchaser, do you have that option?
To have it extended more than a year. Well, let me speak for BRG.
Okay, please. Only BRG.
Yeah. Let me speak for BRG. You see, before we bring out any project, before we partner with any developer to sell them, we have structure. We have processes, due diligence process. We have compliance office. We have an office that is in charge of compliance that visits the site to check what they are doing. So to look at it, I did and none of the projects that we showed in the past or the one that we have currently been going has none. Because we make sure that we follow. So we can give you that 1 year. Yes. If anything happens, we come back and fix it. However, we are guaranteeing, we're giving you guarantees that any of our projects that you subscribe to, because we follow the process. Where it requires us to do hiring, we don't say because money.
Okay, just come there. That's more possible. Hope you're not leaving. You're not leaving. We have one. I like that 10 years now. Okay, that's how much is the tax credit.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have two questions.
Almost want to ask the question, or you forgot the question that you were about to ask. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah. So like I was saying, I think I worked about 4 or 5 different Nigerian real estate firms, and I think only one of them really, turned up, you understand? So one of my jobs to do is push a lot of Nigerians in diaspora.
Thank you, sir, for the question. So, to your first questions, we have options that you can pick from in Ogun, in Oyo, in other cities in the country, Nigeria. Yeah, so we can have that conversation and let you see what we have. We have in Ibadan, we have in we have properties also in partners, Dr. Tony Benga Delike, we grew up in Ajebule, and we've done a lot of other businesses together while we were growing up. And when the opportunity to start real estate came, we jumped on it, as a boy looking for a way to survive. And that was in 2015. And real estate was paying. So we were selling just as a normal guy, trying to survive. Selling and then getting our commissions. Then we discovered that this thing was working. So why don't we put proper structures into it? Because people are trusting us with their investment. They are trusting us with their hard-earned money. And then we need to start protecting that money. So it's not about the commissions we want to get anymore. It's about helping people safeguard their money. So we started asking questions. Started asking the developers questions. And while working with my former boss, because I used to go with him a lot to Atlanta, I worked with some of the surveyors to supervise this project. So I leveraged on that opportunity and started engaging those guys in Atlanta that this, how do we confirm this case? So lo and behold, we discovered that the property itself, the location the property is located as gazetted. But the particular one the developer is trying to sell to us, trying to ask us to sell, doesn't have gazette. The gazette does not cover that particular portion. So we started having issues with some of these developers, and we said, no, we have to do the right thing. You have to do the right thing. This property, we are not selling. Because the document you say it has does not cover this particular property. So, and that is on that platform was what BRG was built on. And I can tell you for a fact that all of the properties that we bring out, I know people have gotten their hands on. Because a lot of time, I was still with someone yesterday. My friend invited me to a day, but when we got there, met like 2 people complaining about the developer. Yeah, people have gotten their hands on. But the reason why we are here is to start correcting the narration. To tell you that BRG is a trusted brand because the foundation that we are built on is to help investors protect their investment by making sure that we check lots of properties that we check. I can tell you, out of 100% in a year, out of 100% property that we check, maybe 30% will pass. And these are properties that developers have not paid. So we now start asking, before you drop money, didn't you do due diligence? And these people made us to now be charging them. Because we discovered that, another people discovered that a lot of them now uses us to do verification. Before they even buy, they will just say, yeah, they have this man, they have not paid. Who will just go do due diligence and give them the reports? So we start asking questions. So take, for instance, somebody like you,
you saw the flyer, buy this property, this and that, and you jump on it, you believe, oh, the developer has done the due diligence, or the developer has checked. And when issues start, you now start asking yourself questions. So most of the time, we save you that stress, we save you that headache, yeah, of not losing your phone, because we go the extra mile to make sure we do the due diligence, we check every document to be sure that this document is legit and you can deal with it. For us,
you know, recently I was did a business here, and I was paid with a £100 note. Okay, sorry, that's just to get your attention. You know, that means that whenever if I'm paid £100, that's fake, because it doesn't exist. So anytime you see someone that is fake, means that there is an original existing somewhere. And your job is to figure out where the original is. And then luckily for all of us here, we have brought you the people that goes through the process to the original in the Nigerian market. You know, when I was speaking, I told you that we have the chairman of Lagos State Breeder, we have the chairman of Ogun State Breeder is there. We're given the mic to say some few things. We have all those people there that we're keeping everybody on their toes. And we even have the president of Breeder. Breeder is Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria. One of our co-founders is what's it called, the Breeder chairman for Lagos State. And we do our due diligence and we make sure that you don't get fleeced. Because that's many things that we've heard several times. And even when it comes to even land banking, there are some things that we don't even want to talk about here. But you need to know where you do your land banking. Yeah. You need to know what you do. You need to know who you talk to. And then for my brother who said something about the fact that you're directing people towards Nigeria, am I right? Now, you don't need to direct people towards Nigeria. You know what you do? Direct them to BRG. Give you peace of mind. You don't have to buy a BP machine again. You just give you peace of mind. Straight on. Do you understand? Direct them towards us. We take the responsibility. We give you what you want. We make sure we go through the processes for you. And you know what? Because you can get a paper and still not a paper. But we understand the market.
How much do you charge for your verification services?
No, you just don't worry. What we do as BRG is that we get commission from your developers. But if you want to give us, like I told you, if you want to give us some money, why not? We also have a foundation that you can also give to us. And when you give it to us, that foundation, we can also help you with verification. That's just a joke. But you know, sometimes when we're talking money, we can't be too serious. And but then, the way we earn our own resources is through the developers, not necessarily through you. But we're telling you that before you go straight to those developers, make sure they are on our platform. If they are not on our platform, you know what they call Oyo? You are on your own. And then that could be very devastating for your hard-earned currency. I mean, pounds. I mean, you guys go through a lot. In the cold, I mean, the way you go through and all those things you work and everything, we can help you protect your investments. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're putting this together. Make sure you direct everybody towards us. BRG. If it's not BRG, you are at serious risk. We're good. Yeah, this is another question. She forgot, though. She wrote it down. Ooh. Okay.
So to add to that, sorry, Ma, I'll come to you. To add to what my chairman said, let's have conversation after this section. So all of those people, you can always send them to BRG. Then we are giving you the assurance that their investment and their interest is well protected. And also, to add to this, sorry, to tell you how we take this due diligence process. If you are a partner with BRG, it happens a lot of times. It's not necessary that any properties that you are marketing we are selling. A lot of times, some realtors, we approach the developers that BRG is not on this project. What they tell them, BRG is still doing due diligence. You know those ones, they will normally do due diligence. If you are a partner with BRG, if you have 3 products that is approved by BRG, that's what you see us promote. You might have the 4th project and it's not what we are good with, we won't sell it. And most of the developers in the room here that are BRG partners, they can testify to that.
Emmanuel. She wanted to ask the question, she forgot, she wrote it down, and she was threatening us that she could even forget, the thing could even disappear from the pages. So before it disappears, let her ask the question, please.
Good afternoon, all. My question is from Mr. Emmanuel. It's about the deed of assignment, registering the deed of assignment. What I wrote here is that, is it a must that after acquiring a land, for example, from a developer, you have to register your deed of assignment? That's number 1. And number 2 is in a situation where you visited an estate that is being developed, and you ask the developer about the document, like the property they are building. I visited a development around March last year, and I was asking them, and this is a development that 3-bedroom house, it's a lot of them, and I was asking them, what about the documents, like the planning, Lagos State now, approvals and everything. And they were telling me that it's under process. So, they've built houses to that extent, about, and they're still under process. It's very scary, it's especially in Lagos State of 2026.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for that question. So, for the first question, is it a must to register your deed of assignment when developer sells to you? I would say yes and no. Yeah. And I'll give you the reasons. If your intention of buying that property is to resell, I would say you shouldn't register. Or if it is to resell, like immediate resell, or maybe you bought into a project at offline, and by the time they are completing it in 12 months, 18 months, you want to resell. Because if you have to register your deed, it will cost you money to register it into a concept. But if you don't mind, you should go ahead and register it, because it will. Before you can say you have proper documentation. So one of the agencies is LASPA, Lagos State Fiscal Planning. Those are the ones that gives you building approval. They give you approval. They look at your drawings and they satisfy that you followed all of the setback rules, then they approve you to give you building permits. We also have LASCA. LASCA is Lagos State Building Control Agencies. Those ones make sure that you follow the proper structural processes.
That's not my question.
Yeah, I'm going there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going there. So for developers, so this process of getting approval sometimes takes time. Can take 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, depending, because your file has to go from one table to another. So if a project has spent like 6 months or a year, and the developer does not have building approval, then you have to wait and because it won't get to a year before you can get the approval. Now, the other window that the physical planning has opened is that once you submit all of your documents, they give you
provisional
authority to move to site. They give you a paper. Yeah, they give you I forgot the name.
Provisional letter of authorization.
Move to site and start construction. But however, it doesn't take forever before the approval permit will come out. So if it's taking 6, 7, 8 months, then you should be asking the developer question.
Sorry, one else. You need to, sorry, madam. Can you move the mic closer so that we can all hear you? Thank you.
Now, what I'm saying is that we want to eradicate the issue of Alausa and all the problems that it comes with all this documentation and all that. This is the digital age, and then there are lots of things that have gone digital. So what is the government doing for digitalizing all these processes that allow statistics? And then also you mentioned something about going to several agencies before you are able to get some documentation or something into effect. I think even at that, we should digitize. Because your customers are not only in Nigeria, we want to be beyond Nigeria, we want to be other countries. Nigerians are all over the world. And we want to make it so transparent that even people that are not Nigerians should be able to show interest. Because when things are going well, people will want to do something. Rather than you get a property, getting documentation is going to be an issue. You don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows that. It's not what we want anymore. So I think that should be something that should be put in there. My second question is that everybody wants to have something back home. You know, I'm saying my life, you don't have to come, see everything. You want to go back home. Then we started seeing this pandemic of demolition, especially in Lagos. What exactly happened? Were those properties not well documented? Did the government officials not know that they were not supposed to be there in the first place? So why did they happen? Why did they allow them to build before demolition? So that's there is a lot, but I just thought about that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Your first question, my chairman said we have the Regan president in our circle. We also have the Regan chairman Lagos chapter in our circle. As one of my one of my partners is one of the co-founders of BRG. And then conversations and dialogues is ongoing with government. They are doing a lot to see how all of this process can realize. But while all of that is ongoing, we will still continue using the processes we have. So to save you that headache or to save you that stress, you can engage us or you engage a consultant that can help you navigate the process. But I can assure you there's work on because we keep having conversations with the regulators to see how they can make this thing seamless and possible for everyone.
Sorry, but we don't know that consultant. So you should engage us. Do you understand? Just engage us for your own safety. We can't commend or recommend any other person for you. Engage us, please.
Yes, and so engage us, so we'll sort it for you. Then to your second question on demolition, there are a lot of reasons that revolves around demolitions. Demolitions can happen if there is a building defect. If developer try to cut corners and the building defected, it can be demolished. Demolition also can happen if the title right goes wrong. Like if you buy a property from the person that doesn't have the title right, and it was later discovered that you didn't patronize the right owner, then an order of demolitions can be given. Demolition can also occur if you did not get the document, the building approval, the document. Just like I said, it has stages and processes that you need to go through. If you get your building permits, and if you did not get your building permits, your building can be demolished. Right? If you build on drainage, you build on power line setback, you build on drainage setback, you build on government committed land that doesn't have title, your property can be demolished. So demolition has different reasons why buildings are demolished. So it depends on which one. Most of these people that their houses are being demolished, it depends on the regulation that they follow. So if you do the right thing, I'm not sure you will have issues with demolition, but if you don't do it right, then your building can be demolished. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, thank you to my sister Sharon trying to change this management. My own chipping is that why is it that giving the property to the clients, some of the paints, it might be a small question, some of the paints are not well, the doors and everything. Can't you have some cleaning agent to do the final cleaning before handing over the property to the client? Some of the paints, you see the doors and everything, don't say that you pay 250, 300 million to this and this is what they are giving you. It might be a simple question, but it goes a long way. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a concern that a lot of clients also raise, especially people in diaspora, and this normally occur when the developers don't pay attention to their finishing details. So it's well noted. I won't say that concern doesn't exist. It's noted, and we work on sensitizing them on using the right to do their work. Just like my boss said, that we also do developers engagement. We do summit to take our developers out of Nigeria. This year we're making the 4th year we started doing that because we also started noticing a lot of these things. Also on due diligence, I said it, that sometimes when we run due diligence on 100 properties, you might see that it's 30 that is verified. The others are not verified. So we notice all of these things, which make us do developers engagement. First edition we had it in Kenya. The second one was in South Africa. The third one, which was last year, was in Morocco. So we take them out. We bring industry leaders. We bring people that are well experienced to also come and talk to them, to let them know how to do things the right way. So the concern is well noted, and we'll take it back. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Basically, I just want to confirm that I've really enjoyed your presentation today. And the one thing that bothers me, is there any way on the website where we can actually access the link for the PowerPoint presentation? I mean, since I know you won't be able to find any slides or whatever to everybody today, but I mean, if we can access the website, that would be fantastic.
We all have emails at the reception. Yes, so that's what I want to say. So we have one of your emails and contact. We'll forward the slides to your email and also your WhatsApp contact.
On one condition.
What condition is that?
On one condition. Yeah, you have to take a pledge that your next property in Nigeria will have to go through BRG. You give us the right of first refusal.
Yes.
Do we have that?
Yes.
So raise up your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So, is another question? Offices in our Lagos offices in kilometer 48, Lekki Expressway. Lekki Expressway by Sky Mall. Then our Abuja office. Our Abuja office is in. Yes. So our Abuja office is in Wuse Zone 1. So you can reach us, and our website is www.brg.com.ng. So briefly, I'll give the mic to the chairman of Regional Ogun State for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, sir. It's such a great honor and a great delight once again to be here tonight. I'm Dr. Adeyemi Attendees, popularly known as number one.
Can I have the microphone, please? Hello, we said something about the fact that we have people who are in charge of REDAN. REDAN is Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria. And the chairman, one else. Sorry, the people at the back. Rose, please, can you help us control the people at the back, please? It would be nice if you can take your seat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have to have your conversation, by the idea, you can just step outside and have the conversation. Thank you. Now, like we said, we have, the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria. Fortunately for us, we have the chairman of Ogun State here, and also we have the privilege of having the treasurer of Lagos State here too. So I think we just hear from both of them, and then we take it up from there so that they can tell us what they are doing to influence the government in both states. Because most of your investments that are going to be very lucrative are going to be in Lagos or Ogun State. And okay, that's my state. My father is from Ogun and my mother is from Lagos. Very selfish of me, eh?
Thank you so much, sir. Once again, I'm Dr. Adeyemi Attendees, popularly known as the number one Bishop of Real Estate in Africa, and also the managing director of Deal Clinchers Homes Limited. They call us the king of mainland luxury developments. By privilege, we're one of the companies registered under BRG. And also, even...
Sir, I know we want to have a one-on-one conversation. Please, let's just pay attention. We'll be out of here in a short while. Just pay attention to us. We brought a solution to you, please. Just give us your attention. Very soon there will be network. I even want to meet everyone. So network later. Please just give us the attention, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm trying to
let you know that despite the fact that I have the honor of being the chairman of all estate developers in Ogun State, regardless, we still have to be under an umbrella, e.g. BRG, to be able to help us look into properties when it is about to be acquired. Now, when it comes to property acquisition in Ogun State, of course, by grace, I directly with the government, and there are issues to be resolved. We also resolve it on behalf of developers. So stand in between the developers and the government when it comes to a company cannot do it alone. We all synergize, and that's why we are here. BRG is having this summit. we are developers on the BRG. We also fluid just to be able to add our own quota into what is being done here. I remember a particular time our company was going to acquire a particular property. That property had a CFO, and at a certain point, I visited the office of BRG, and I had a conversation with them. We want to buy this property. What do you think of it? And they told me, they said, Bishop, don't go there. I said, why? They said, there are things that you don't have that we have. I said, okay, so give me. So they gave me saw that this land matter was actually in court. And at that point, take notes, it has a gazette, it has a CFO. So what are you looking for? But there are more than what eyes cannot see beyond the documents. When it comes to due diligence. Now, we have also learned, also beyond that, that apart from due diligence, there is also what we call street diligence. Because we actually bought a certain property, all the papers intact, but we didn't go to that access to go and ask questions. Is there any issue regarding this property? Can we go ahead to ask? Because that also happens. You see documents, you buy, but there are issues on the land. Now, that is where street diligence also comes in. And that's part of what BRG will do. I remember also, we wanted to buy a certain property. I asked again, I said, hello, my president, we want to buy this property again. And they said, wow, where is it located? I just described. And he told me 1, 2, 3 things about the area. And he said, 3 developers have bought that property, but they could not use it. So don't go there. So what am I saying in essence? The reason why we are here is actually to get quality information. Is actually to know that any developer you see here, actually the company's properties has been screened, scrutinized, and before it was endorsed. And so you have no reason to fear or to be afraid. So go to bed when you buy from BRG. Thank you.
Peace of mind. You know, these days I always tell people, Tosin, are you ready? Start coming out, please. Tosin, come and say some few things. What are you guys doing in Lagos State? Most of our investments is in Lagos State, am I right? What are you doing about it? And you know, sometimes you don't know you have bought a land, but you put signboard there in Lagos. Paper complete everything, but you put your signpost. If after 1 week you have bought the land, if the signpost does not stay, you have not bought the land, Lagos State or not, it doesn't matter. It matters but doesn't matter, but that's just the street credibility that Adeyemi was talking about. Please, let's welcome the MD of Zelos. You said we can pronounce it anyhow now.
Just bring money. All right, so thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here today. And I'm sure a lot have been said already concerning what BRG is all about and what BRG has been able to achieve. And I think so far so good. BRG has been one of the biggest, and do we even have any other one that is not big anyway, but that is big anyway, but we know BRG is the biggest brokerage firm. I won't say in Nigeria alone because we have seen that looking all over the world, when it comes to the entire Africa, you realize that BRG is the biggest brokerage firm. And so far so good, as the DCO of Zelos and also the Treasurer of Real Estate Developer Association of Nigeria Lagos Chapter, we have been partnering with BRG, Billionaire Realtors Group, because when it comes to transaction integrity, when it comes to sourcing for a very good land to give out to subscribers, when it comes to doing real estate in the right way. BRG is a culture that a lot of people has been learning from. And so far, so good. And I'll say BRG coming to the UK to have this conversation, or to have this event, to have this summit, is going to be a lot of benefits to everyone that has attended. And I want to encourage everybody that I don't think there's any property you are looking for in any location that you cannot get through BRG. BRG, as a company, as a brand, or as a broking firm, we are also under the partnership of BRG. And I can say that we've been with BRG for over 7 years now. Over 7 years we've been doing business together. And our products are also listed under the BRG platform. So feel free to connect with BRG, and as an association also, we are also in partnership with them. So thank you very much everyone for coming, and God bless you.
Thank you, Joseph. Emmanuel, what next? Okay, we're still open to having a one-on-one conversation. You have a question? Okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dela. BRG cannot be 100% perfect. What happens if we went wrong?
If we're wrong?
Yeah, if we went wrong.
Okay. Definitely, that's why we put some checks and balances in place. Like I said, corporate governance. There are some times where there was a particular land that BRG sold that went south. But because of integrity, we had to repay the people, rebuy the land, if you can remember what yeah, let me just talk about it. We can never be perfect. But again, we have corporate governance. Now the thing is that you always go wrong, but the most important thing is that you own up to your fault. And then you provide ways of correcting those flaws. Now, if you own up to it at the beginning, and then you provide the solution to how we get out of it, it may take us some time, but we'll be in it together. What happened to your money? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll go through the process together to be a mutual agreement on how the money will be paid back, or what we'll now do. And most of the time, when we have a situation which doesn't happen to us again, probably we sold a particular land and there was an issue there. Those early days that we didn't do due diligence, what we do is that we now go probably reallocate it to somewhere else. But I think that's has been a thing of the past. Am I right? So, but don't worry, we have policies, we have processes that we will never leave you in the cold. We will always be with you. We'll hear you out. You will hear us out. And if it is in force majeure right now, or natural stuff that happened, but we'll have a conversation. But that you will call us, we won't pick up your call, it's not going to happen. We'll stay with you, and if we have to fly down to London to see you, we can, provided you buy the ticket. No, I'm just joking, I'm just joking.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. So I think we are closing already.
A wise man once said that every day in Africa, a lion and a gazelle wakes up. The lion knows that it must run faster than the fastest gazelle, or it will starve to death. The gazelle also knows that it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be eaten up. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. What matters is that when the sun comes up, you have to do all wrong. And I said something earlier. Take action now, so that you don't have certain conversations with your parents. Sorry, with your children. Both the born and the unborn. Have a good evening, everybody. God bless you. Speak soon. Let's go. Boom!